Yo, my people, wake up. Psych up.
Them never know we woulda make it in a life. Pretty car, pretty house and pretty wife. Business a go on and everyone feel nice. Stepping out the ghetto, step into my paradise. Every day me say the ghetto you them want food. Happy wear clothes and them happy wear shoes. Some boy I me see approve, them approve. General come them happy move. Oh God bless, no man curse. Can't stop the facts because we too down to earth. Oh Rasta bless, no man curse. Can't stop the facts because we too down to earth. There's nothing in them system of which they create all around. And they criticize their own children. Yeah, they would catch at a straw if they were to drown. They're not different from those squirrels and Pharisees who come around. They lurks in the corners, skylarks on the streets, flirts in the towns. They never do positive. They find a joy making people business their own. Dance a yard before you dance abroad. The high priest tell you that I knew them from God and go get good ways. True grace of the birch we pass a young gate. You have the good ways, it give you long days. Now take no bribe from that a screw face. Go get good ways, good grace. Birch we pass a young gate. You have some good ways, it give you long days. Oh, what do you say? I tell you now, may I wait your downfall. Figure Laban talk. Yo, what is that? Greater joy, I come, me son, you a figure. Have a knocky job, won't fill up. When Babylon City, I go down to Puganda, where them spread becomes a dagger to them heart. Hey, things say them have a secret. The baby reveal it, so them a walk witchcraft out. So them better, so them a closing. Contempt the youth, them where they pass. Everyone is equal, Rastafari say. Shut not on the ungodly part. God and go get it good ways. Long days, birds be pass a young gate. What about your good ways? It give you length of days. Yo, now you taste how you made this and that taste. Yeah, what? What's them now? Hot and bow them this, them that. Who slick from who flat, hey. Them some ass show bush. And anything else when we come up with
Take these words of divine to the princess right away. Tell her to be fine. I don't want her to stray. Words of divine to the empress right away. Tell her to be mine. I don't want her to stray. Knowing your portion, who knows your motion? Joyful will I be in your eyes. Put away pollution. Sabbatic and strong. Royalty belongs to my side. Let us care for the younger ones. The children is a ton. Nature grows and prove you qualify to know and overstand. No segregation. That is not the words of the wise. Words of the vine to the princess right away. Tell her to be fine. Never go astray. Words of the vine to all the woman right away. Put Selassie for no mind. Never go astray. Are you satisfied? Wipe the tears from your eyes. I'm all alone, still you thought I was telling a lie. Are you satisfied? No one's with me tonight. Only Jah and his own.
This is how we move on a morning time.
Pretty little woman, don't you trust me no more? You don't have to
1069.
Tell me, what can you do to stop a man from trying? I said I wanna know now. What can you do to stop a man from trying? I wanna know, yes I wanna know now. What can you do to stop a man from trying? I wanna know, said I wanna know now. What can you do to stop a man from trying? Not with that big broad smile and the sexy dress you wear. It's totally impossible for a man with eyes not to stare. There is no reason to be so uptight when you got everything alright. By now you should know you're every man's fantasy. What can you do to stop a man from trying? I said I wanna know. What can you do to stop a man from trying? I wanna know. Yes, I wanna know now. What can you do to stop a man from trying? Absolutely nothing at all. You can do to stop a man from trying. Now Jack is the Mac and he comes around every Monday. Oh, Tuesday and Wednesday. Every day of the week. And even though I try to tell you that I love you from the bottom of my heart, you had no place for me. It's all vanity. You fell for one of them sweet lies. The kind you doubt still you wanna believe. When the heart's not hearing what the brain is saying, and you're pleased to believe another sweet lie. The kind you doubt still you wanna believe. When the heart's in doubt, you got to stay out.
Saturday night was our anniversary, so I made something special for my man and me.
Hey, you're listening to Boom 106.9.
Put on some music, turn it way down low. Love it on the softest, we get the right flow. Put on my negligee, we have the red glow. And after all of that, the rich never show. Yo, 10 o'clock, me say it, I get late. And 11 o'clock, me I contemplate.
Hey, you're listening to the voice of the one, Tanya Stevens.
Now watch the lateness, cause we are Jamaican. 12 o'clock when me no see him, me start to read. 1 o'clock anger turn into panic instead. Me start wonder if them robbing put a cap in him head and feel guilty. How my vex when the man probably dead. So me pick up my phone and start call up my friends. Jump in on my car and go circle some ends. Come back in at the house and start ball on the floor. When me hear a key in at the door, guess who? Stepping in at 2:45. Talk up, what's your story? What could I be more important than me? Talk up, what's your story? You could have deal me, I got disturb the peace. Talk up, what's your story? Somebody please run go call the police. Talk up, what's your story? You're gonna angle the ride. See, they know you're gone on the broadside. Hold on your head from me, you want hide. Hit the curb and all a slip and a slide. I'ma say, tell your friend them you wicked and brutal, but now you end up in a hospital. Talk about too much, girl, you kill. You never stop till you write your own will. Now you are gonna doctor fulfill. You should have hear when me tell you fit till you couldn't angle the ride. See, they know you're gone on the broadside. Pull down your head from me, you want hide. Hit the curb and all a slip and a slide. I'ma say, me tell you, say you shouldn't mess with this filly. Cause anything cross me born and me kill it. But you never want to listen to me warning. You couldn't even budge in the morning. On the street in my boat, so I'm dreading. Burn the fire, but I'm drop down. Angle the ride. See, they know you're gone on the broadside. Hold on your head from me, you want hide. Hit the curb and all a slip and a slide. I want my son, you couldn't angle the ride. See, they know you're gone on the broadside. Hold on your head from me, you want hide. Hit the curb and all a slip and a slide.
Them don't know say it would have come down to this. Babylon give them a right, feed them money, get them funny, and then brainwash them from them western journey. Babylon give them a right, for the money, get them funny, and then brainwash them from them western journey. We tell them say this redder than red. The way you out
this red and be a blood and run red. Go tell them revolution a swing over them head. For all vampire, this a one ya higher peg. Marcus Garvey did, don't come said the man you well said. Deliver to Italy, you like sledge. You want principle, King Selassie and the head. And Emperor Selassie have the vision and the match. We see you and the harlot lie down in a bed. Sharing defilements, all with the dead. The youths them work more than money and bread. Hear them press amiga, tell them glory is the spread. We just come out of this loop, pagan dead. Babylon give you a right for the money, get your funny. And then brainwash you on the western journey. Babylon give you a right for your money, get your funny. And then brainwash you on the western journey. We tell you say, should I know we buy now so we terrible. Watch out, make we bust them head like buckle. What's the backyard in a the deck where you a shuffle? We want go and we hard like got the chain and chuckle. King Selassie said the revolution of it happen. You are the one to order instead diamond nickel. Fornication, them all rise up on the double. Abomination, me come slow with the triple. Aye, yo, black woman, just know yourself in a the puzzle. Now come do nothing wrong, now come round, you come hustle. And every this and that you must make jump in your mickle. Now turn them back and not take them wiggle. I talk about fi cool, but them judgment a trickle. The living trumpet, this and no flute nor pickle. You kill it, get to youth, you miserable. Babylon, give them a right for the money, get them funny. And then brainwash them on them western journey. Babylon, give them a right for the money, get you funny. Then brainwash them on them western journey. We tell you say, this is one your cause pain. Try reach well every you drop off and strain. Appointed and anointed, get to use them ordained. Me stepping up the youths and if you stop work fee fame. Words without words can't sustain. And King Selassie say if you tell you this one and no game. Stop calling Emperor Selassie name in a vain. Babylon give you a ride. For money get you funny. And then brainwash you on them western journey. Babylon give you a ride. For money get you funny. And then brainwash you on them western journey. Me tell you say, this a red and done red. Do we all this red and be a blood and run red? Go tell them revolution and swing over them.
Morning time on the radio, it's 7 a.m. The OMG team is in effect. Lights, camera, action, let's go.
Wow. We are the trending station. We are the trending station.
Me say action movie. You don't know it go. Boom, 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 boom.
Boom 1069.
We wanna drink that body.
Yeah. We here for a good time. Not a long time.
Viking ding dong with a feel good sound. Bring me another round. Hey, okay, girl. You see your best wine up in your chest. You wanna link? Call me, I'm the best. Every girl walk out to the fest, and every girl them dressed to impress. See my team, we don't really waste time. You come back, cause you know a real vibe. You wanna taste this one more time. Girl, let me start it. So call out the bridal party. We gon' make all the residents happy. Bartender, make it snappy. Putting with it from the king like Papi. On the road like whoa, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Run the drinks like whoa, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. We wanna drink and party all day. No bad weather stop we, no way. We are the life of the party, you know this. Live your life how you want it, okay. All day say we out and mad. All day say we drink out the bar. All day cause we life done hard. All day we go party. All day and every night in the bed. The best way to release your stress. More drinks cause we ain't done yet. All day we go party. Time is running low. Time is getting harder. Life will get its pleasure. The place is getting colder, and we're heading for disaster. See, I know better days are coming. For sure, we going up fighting. Hold on, people, better days are coming. Never see you stand up, raise your head and start singing. We wanna live. We just wanna live. Oh. We wanna live. Oh.
nation seeking power, power, power. But the end result is more war. No war, no war, no war. But I know better days are coming. For sure, we cannot stop fighting.
Tell them.
Hold on, people, humanity calling. So let me see you stand up, raise your hand and start shouting. We wanna live. All we wanna do is live. All we wanna do is live. We wanna live. Yeah. All we wanna do is live. We wanna live. We wanna. God is love and God is mercy. We shall not fear nobody, nobody, nobody. Stand up and fight.
Stand up. All you wake up people.
Tell them.
All you stand up people.
Boom 1069.
Yeah, I like that one. We want to live.
Yeah.
That's that old Colin Carroll Jacob sample redone in a 2022 style. Good morning to you once again. This is how we do it. OMG in the morning, giving you the beat, the bounce, the flavor, all the energy that you need to keep you up. It's like a shot in the arm. It's like some coffee down your throat. That's what we do, bringing you the issues and a whole lot more. Fernando on the inside.
For sure, man.
Shady on the inside. One day you'll hit enter to open that screen and it'll start everything. You can't hit enter, shake the mouse.
yeah, for real. Yeah.
So we've been well, first of all, good morning to everyone that made the prayer walk yesterday. Were you able to see the prayer walk at all? I worked right through until like 4 o'clock, so I didn't even go out.
Yeah.
I saw them at Heritage Square.
Yeah? How was it?
Small.
I'm sorry to hear that. I thought that especially after Pastor, made his presentation yesterday, I was really hoping that they would have garnered up a little bit of steam.
Well, I don't know if persons were able to follow it live or they just didn't do any live. I because sometimes when you do the live, it reaches the amount of persons that you're at least aiming to achieve.
Yeah.
To view it, but I don't know. I was also, as you said, occupied doing some stuff.
But the live give justice to the intentions of the.
I can't hear none of you guys,
Yeah.
So you gotta turn up that mic and talk up so that people can hear what's going on here.
Yeah.
Well, so you're asking me what? Sorry, if the live did justice to it?
No, I was asking if anybody went live.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh, if the live would do justice to it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
because it was supposed to be persons going out and showing support, for the cause, and just reflecting and asking, God for support with regards to what is taking place in the country, and to give thanks as well.
Of course,
Thanks
for what SPG has, and I mean, hopefully, even if you didn't get a chance to go to the prayer walk and you're a religious person, whatever faith you're in, let's hope that you at least sent that goodness out into the energy so that some of that goodness comes back.
Yeah. So we have a number of things that we want to discuss today.
Unfortunately, one of them deals with violence.
Yeah, unfortunately. And this is the thing, just before I go into it, this is what I can't understand is how a son could really want to harm his mother. You know what I mean? I know mental health is an issue and so forth, but in terms of where you see children tend to get into confrontation and conflict with their parents. I could understand you always have your differences, but to really attempt to assault or to abuse your mother, you know what I mean, is something I can't envision. But I just want to refer you to an eyewitness news story here. And I think we have a few clippings of that situation being unfolded, where a young man would have assaulted his mother with a cutlass. And from this eyewitness story, it says a magistrate has told a man who assaulted his mother with a cutlass that he would go to jail if he appears before the court again within the next year. If you come back before this court within a year, you go to jail for 9 months, Bertie Pompey told Marvel Baptiste, 18 of Magum, at the Georgetown Magistrates Court on Monday. Pompey found Baptiste, who is unemployed, guilty of a charge that on October the 12th at Magum he assaulted Janista Baptiste with the intent to commit an offense to wit wounding. Miss Baptiste told the court that about 6:30 p.m. she was sitting in her porch having dinner when the defendant, which is her son, inquired about a pair of slippers. I told him, I do not know anything about your slippers, the mother said. She said her son walked away and come back about 5 minutes later inquiring about a gold ring he said he had in a tub, a blue tub. I told him I don't know anything about the ring. He said he wanted $50 for the ring. Miss Baptiste told the court. I left the porch and went in the yard, and he came down off the porch with a cutlass and stand in front of me with the cutlass and say, if I don't give him the money, he could do something. Miss Baptiste said,
wait, hang on for a second.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to process it. So the son come, brace the mom, and say what he want.
He at first he said,
he want the ring first and foremost.
No, the first thing he said is a slippers.
Okay.
And the mother said she don't know anything about that. And he returned 5 minutes later inquiring about a ring, a gold ring he had in a blue tub. And she told him as well she don't know anything about that. So he wanted $50 for the ring, right? She said, I left the porch and went in the yard. He came down off the porch with a cutlass, stand in front of me with the cutlass and say if I don't give him the money, he go do something. Just to stop a bit. I think Shady have piece of the video. Shady, hopefully you could play it, but without the audio.
Well,
I feel looking crazy at the live. So you can see where in the video he's
I can actually play it as well from here.
Just mute it. You know, folks, if you're viewing the live, you could also share it. And let us know that we are live. So as I said before, Mario, you can see in the video where he raised the cutlass.
Hang on for 1 second. Let me just
and what I heard the mother saying in the video is that she's gonna go for it after he raised it because she seems to be so scared, you know. She raised her hand in so traumatized.
Okay, let me see if I can play this, huh?
So if you're seeing that is the mother, and that is when she had to like run because she was so scared. If you go back one. So she said I left the porch and went down in the yard, as you can see there, and he came off the porch with a cutlass and stand in front of me with the cutlass and say, that's right there. Right there you could see him with the cutlass in his hand. And he's raising that after his mother. She said she went down off the porch with he followed her with a cutlass and say if I don't give him the money, he could do something. But he said she felt frightened, like me going die. You hear that? That is the mother saying that, you know. He was standing. Look at that. He was standing about 2 feet away from me, and he was swinging the cutlass in front of me. She said, moving her hands up and down in illustration. That is exactly, that is what she's telling the court. But the video, look right there. You see, the video could really confirm that actually took place. She had to hold her hand and he told me, you better not make me do you. Miss Baptiste said, adding that her son then took the cutlass to the porch and put it away. Marvel have no question in cross-examination of his mother nor the arresting officer, and that is the story saying that he had no question for his mama, nor Corporal 130 me. He also offered no evidence in the matter. However, in his caution statement, as read by Corporal May in the courtroom, the defendant admitted to the incident but said, my foot slipped while me was going down the steps. Me then put up the cutlass in the air. Me mommy being there, but me never swing the cutlass after me mommy.
Man, I'm not seeing any steps, any slipperiness.
That is so interesting right there. And look at what he's saying again. This is in his caution statement. Me foot slip. You see any foot slipping?
No foot slipping there, no steps.
Right. While me was going down the steps, me then put the cutlass up in the air. Me mommy being there, but me never swing the cutlass after me mom.
I don't understand. No, man. Okay, you don't even have to read more of this. This is nuts. This is what?
I'm telling you. Listen, I have to go to the sentencing, right?
Yeah.
In handing down his sentence, Pompey asked Batiste if he was on bond in the sum of $3,000 in default 9 months. That is what Pompey is asking the gentleman. So maybe Pompey knows something. So he's asking now, isn't he on a bond in the sum of $3,000 in default 9 months? He's 9 months in default, right? The magistrate asked Miss Baptiste to stand in the dock and told her, Miss, your son is already on a bond and he breached the bond, so he's going to prison. Well, how he make up his bed, he would have to lay on it. That is what the mother is saying. Wow. She told the court that her son uses cocaine and smokes a lot. I am going to suspend the sentence. 9 months suspended for a year, the magistrate said.
Do you agree with that sentencing? Because I know you want to protest crime, huh? So
listen, that's it. The magistrate, sorry, let me go back to the sentence. I am going to suspend the sentence. 9 months suspended for a year, the magistrate said. And stop the use of drugs, You're heading down the wrong foot.
So he got a stern warning, a suspended sentence.
In August, let me tell you again, in August, Mr. Batiste was charged with assault.
Oh, so he's a repeat offender.
Now you're going into the matter, In August, Mr. Batiste was charged with assault, occasioning bodily harm against Garcia Bailey of Magum. He was also charged with throwing missiles. However, the charge was dismissed after Bailey indicated that she did not wish to proceed any further. Later the same month, Mr. Batiste was fined $200 and had to pay compensation of $199 within a month for smashing an Alcatel cell phone belonging to his father, Kevin Peterson. So, we have to talk about sentencing there again, you know what I mean? But we could take some out and come back, man. Because I again kind of walked up.
You ready for it?
Yeah,
you ready for it?
I kind of ready. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Let me take some out.
Yeah.
Are you dreaming of home repairs, consolidating your debts, or shopping for Christmas gifts for the loved ones? With a loan from the Penny Bank this Christmas, you can start ticking those items off your wish list.
Isn't it good to know that no matter where you are, you're covered? Covered by a company owned by Vincentians that understands your unique insurance needs. At Metrocint General Insurance Company, we've invested 50 years of service to guarantee that you have the peace of mind that you deserve. When it comes to motor vehicle, property, employer's liability, business insurance, and much more, we've got you covered. Our professional and friendly staff understands your needs and ensures you understand your options. Metrocint General Insurance Company. That understands your unique
At Pharmacy Plus, you can get your personal care, hair care, prescription, dental, and over-the-counter, and medical supplies at affordable prices. Located on Egmont Street, opposite Home Collection. We're open Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Pharmacy Plus, for supreme care and more.
Metrocent General Insurance Company. Call us today.
You can win when you top it up, switch it up, side it up on the love. Easy wins with love. Easy wins.
Get the easy summer vibes with over $70,000 in cash and prizes. Just top up $10 or more. Activate a prepaid plan. Switch to Flow or bundle your home services to get your share of $70,000 in cash. Data, Samsung Galaxy devices, shopping vouchers, and more.
You can win when you top it up, switch it up, side it up on the love. Easy wins with love.
No terms and conditions apply.
How you mean without the same? Who couldn't ever be same? Girl claims a cards. My diva like that. for the man. I just a game. Know a bad girl with up my name. Try for country out the amount of time, no shame. Pull on the wait, we no saint. The phone ring. I try answer the bang, I'm at same thing. We with thief and then play the victim. Yo, the chippy car one big sim. Please come on guys, put with Michelin. Right bean, I'm a mix with the ginseng. I back a dead face in, I'm a rip jeans. Yo, me down wear the 15. Bama drop and our bass and dead. Red boom turn up the bass from them. Them dog but the taller sound waste on them. If up, we're big like bread. I said I'm getting on my mood now. Mad people, the full moon come. 3 bad gal, we 2 together. When the one of you come, my diva line, the highlight, my diva line fame. Stuck in on my wings, my stay, we could never be same. You see the change, diamond and I'm a chain. Them have for what you press out the Benz for the man. I just a game, knew a bad gal with up my name. Try for country out the amount of time, no shame. Pull on the wait, we no saint. The phone ring. I try answer the bang, I'm at same thing. We with thief and then play the victim. Yo, the chippy car one big sim. Baby girl, I want style. You know far out, you pick up on me eye. Oi, I pay the dues, I pay the tie. Woulda give you a bag of money for you. Yo, girl, your body set right. You like tight, mood that take me in the next side. One next time though, cause you like me there in your love life. My diva line, the highlight, my diva line fame. Stuck in on my wings, my stay, we coulda never be same. You see the change, diamond and I'm a chain. Them have for what you press out the Benz for the man. I just a game, knew a bad gal with up my name. Try for country out the amount of time, no shame. Pull on the wait, we no saint. The phone ring. I try answer the bang, I'm at same thing. We with thief and then play the victim. Yo, the chippy car one big sim. Please come on guys, put with Michelin.
1069. Come on. SBG's number one.
That's how we do it right here on the nation's number 1 trending Boom 1069. Keeping the beat, the bounce, the flavor, giving you what you need all day long. Saying hi to our Facebook family. Yep. Before we go any further, it's a quick roll call. Who's in the house, buddy?
Allison is in the house.
Allison, good morning.
Donna Charles in the house. Chriselle is in the house. Highly Favor. Bernadette. Oh my goodness.
Nice to have you guys locked on.
Yeah. Anu. Bling Bling, the heavyweight said, morning my brother.
Yes.
Shady and his team, big up Bling Bling heavyweight.
You know
no name like that boy.
Bling Bling heavyweight.
That's your brother? Shady looking for the thing, boy. So Allison said good morning, Mario Fonando, and of course DJ Shady.
Morning.
She's asking, is this video a part of the evidence in court? He should have been sent to prison. She also said, too bad the mother didn't have something more lethal than the cutlass in the house when she went for the money.
No, that's real.
Yeah,
I mean,
boy.
if he had access to something else, what would have been the news story this morning?
Exactly. And you know, who could blame her? You know, you could see the sort of attack she faced.
Gwyneth said, good morning from Montreal. Yeah. Good morning from Montreal.
Greetings, Gwyneth.
Yeah, man. That's how it is. All right, sorry, Fernando. Just to give some context, we're talking about a story with a young man that, was threatening his mother, basically, with a cutlass.
And
this is on video. We have it on our social media stream. So hang on, let me just bring up that feed again for you.
And guys, I want you to pay attention to the video because in court the young man, the accused said that he slipped and his mother was there while he had the cutlass in his hand and he had to hold it up in the air and all these things. So if you could look at this video, and I think he escaped without being sentenced to prison. I'm getting some report as well. There
you can see.
Right there. That looks like a slip unless he slide. Like, he slide like Michael Jackson. That really, I mean, the thing is hard.
Man says slip and he tried to balance on the step.
Look at that. I just slip going.
Doesn't look like a slip. Shady, you're a ninja. Does that look like a slip to you?
Camera tricks.
Nice camera tricks.
So that is that is the situation, and as I believe, and in my opinion, the sentencing was the right for him. You know, because when you have he's repeating offenses, because he has already been bond on another assault charge, and then he also had an incident where he would have damaged his father's phone. They're claiming that he abused, he takes coke and abuses drugs, so that could be a factor at play. But
right.
you know,
well, if they know this about him, so yeah, that could definitely explain the violent outbursts, because you know, if he's looking for a fix or something, and if he's asking for $25 for the ring or $50 or whatever, that sounds like a fixed price, isn't it? Yeah, that sounds like a
$50 you want for the ring.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
And the mom was so scared that she had to go for the money.
Well, yeah, of course.
Somebody's
threatening you with a cutlass. Yeah, I was getting the money too.
Wow.
But I know you want to touch on the sentencing, huh? I know you want to touch on that. Yeah. But this comes in the wake of a Clear Valley student being stabbed about his body with some scissors yesterday, and a 69-year-old Stubbs man being stabbed in Little Tokyo. I think this was yesterday as well too. So there's a spate of violence just going, you know.
Yeah. So that's
this incident happened on the 5th, actually. Sorry. The 5th, the stabbing in a Little Tokyo. Yeah, that happened on the 5th. But the one with the Clear Valley student, that one happened on.
Well, I think I see in the first.
On the
police,
first.
The police arrested and charged.
But they arrested and charged him. When was it? Yesterday?
Well, they
arrested him on the first.
Yeah. But I don't. The charge, in terms of the charge,
I mean, that's just nuts, man.
Yeah, people need to really, catch themselves, man. This is really no way out in terms of getting violent confrontation and violent outbursts, man.
Yeah, lots of violence on the outside. If you want to weigh in on the topic, give us a holler 451-1069. If you want to give us a voice note, it's 455-1069. I think we've got a call on the line right about now. Good morning. Good morning. You are live on Boom. How you doing?
Good morning. Hello. So caller, please call back. Call back. Yeah.
Had a little power surge then to reset everything.
Yeah. So you were making a point just before the call came in.
Oh, that's the caller again. Good morning, you're live on Boom.
Yeah, good morning, Fonando. Good morning, Mario.
Yes, man.
Good morning.
Yeah, that young guy there.
Yes.
No, I think something had to be wrong with our Lahi.
Yeah.
Now, how could he be in an Habana? He's an Habana now.
Yeah.
You come back and you break that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anytime you break a ban, you're supposed to go to prison.
Well, that's,
Right. The body shape, come back and lean him and let him go.
Yes.
Less than a week, he come back and do the same act.
See what I'm
telling you.
What are they going to say? He's drug addict?
And
that's the question I want to know, you know what I mean?
But Fernando, it be me and you.
Yes.
There was on that ban for sure we was going to jail.
Yeah.
Break a ban and get away.
Exactly. Exactly.
No in the world, boy, say in the way this country, me know no in the world you ever hear. Somebody is on a ban and get away.
And get away.
Unless it's a rubber ban.
Yeah. and he's even in breach of the ban.
And look where I now.
And he got another token too, and stay off the drugs, huh?
Then you come back and you tell him magistrate you slip. What kind of slip have you? A slip for plant?
Yeah, for business.
See what I mean?
Cause the way how the man moving like he moonwalking into his mother.
So what are you going to tell him now? He's sliding.
Yeah. That's what he told them. He slip and
God bless them.
his hand go up in the air. His hand go up in the air with the cutlass.
To balance.
No, that's signaling. He's signaling.
He's
signaling. No, he's signaling.
And in the video, you are seeing him with the cutlass going to his mother.
Yeah.
I tell you, I listened to the language of the mother in the video. She was so scared.
So now, if you go back to the same magistrate now and he see the video, what are you going to do? Are you going to let him go again?
Well, that's a good question. because he would
Man,
have,
something I will be wrong with women.
you know.
I understand they say the boy taking drugs, but we are realizing even the man is taking drugs.
Yeah.
We have no way for drug addicts, for put them in a rehab or nothing.
Right.
Man, the safest thing to do is to put the boy in prison, because if you put in prison, then he will learn a lesson wrong, because he cannot get it coke, he cannot get it drugs. And then probably, let me just tell you, it could change.
Yeah, they could do some reform thing for him in there, because right now, to let him out on the street, you know, he has violent tendencies, very violent tendencies.
In the public.
Right.
Yeah.
So we have to hide the man away. The man is a menace. We have to hide him away.
And then he come out now, and he probably might do something worse to somebody, and then it's a different story altogether. So these are the things.
A drug addict. He's a drug. He's taking drugs.
So that's going to be the story.
That's the kind of say.
See, I'm telling you.
Man, Vince, to slack and lackadaisical. That's all I could say.
All right, Carla, thanks very much. Hey, thanks very much, man.
Yeah, I'm with you on this one, Fernando. Today, I can't see what's going on there. A repeat offender. Maybe council could shed some light onto what I'm missing, because it doesn't sound logical at all. Someone on Facebook said, what was it? If that's a factor, where's the help for him? The same point that the caller was making. And what SVG is too small for this. What was that? Dickie Oliver says the Tokyo stabbing took place in May. Thanks for that update, buddy. And Allison says he needs a timeout. He's a menace to society.
You sure the Tokyo incident was me? On the Dickie show, just like I saw that.
Yeah, I thought it was on the 1st of the 11th month.
I think we need to double check it. So
I'll double check that, man.
Thanks for the update.
But you know,
we have a call.
There's a call again.
Yeah.
Good morning, you're live and boom.
Good morning, my brothers. How are you, man?
I am good, thank you. How are you doing today?
Best friend, because let me tell you something. I'm telling people call you.
Yes.
And I'm begging you, when you see that, they call, give them a chance, let it talk. Because let me say this, right? I mean, I think you guys are trying your all best. But why do I call you so regular? Because I want this problem to fix. And let me just tell you why it can't fix. I know you all might go down the road, and you all have to be a little careful too with the judge. The judge basically is the judge. He could rule. He would see things that you wouldn't see. I respect them for that.
Right.
But there is a very serious issue with the very reality of what is happening to our youngsters. And I tell you, I lived here in Israel 37 years. I'm 61 years old. I'm not afraid to say how old I am. My grandson is growing up. He had almost 4 months. So I've been around, and I'm seeing the self-destruction of young people. I have called almost every ministry. I've called the police. I've called the politicians. I've called the authorities. I've called every possible institution that can live walk. And I'm saying we are not getting better. It's getting worse. And you know what? You are literally saying the judge should do this. He should be taken such and such. But I'm saying I don't think they're going to listen to you. I think we need to be able to help our judges, our people, our magistrates, our civil servants to be able to do their job, the police to be able to fix this problem. And tell me if this could help. So I am seeing a very devastating situation with a lot of young boys in this area with guns, drugs. You see them fight. I ain't calling him anything. And I'm saying is that for me, how do we stop them? We don't stop them by telling them marijuana is the best thing or not. But something happened that hurt my inner soul. And it was following the reality of what happens to Grenada, Trinidad, St. Vincent, those areas very close to Venezuela. Because as you must understand, that is the drug haven. And so these 2 young boys, family members for Maduro's wife, literally were caught shipping drugs to America. The judge, they intercepted the FBI, and they put them in front of the judge. They were sentenced to 18 years in jail. You understand what I'm telling you? One of both of them confessed that, the drug, we got the drug out. You know what we're doing? They said the drug came from the presidential hangar. It was clear that Mr. Maduro was connected. I'm telling you, thousands of times.
We are 30 seconds.
No, but let me tell you why I'm hot. Do you know that Mr. Biden and Mr. Maduro, even when Maduro was isolated, literally made an arrangement to release the guys? Their time was cut, just 6 years they did, and they were released in the Grenadines. Compliments of coming on our soil. Drugs meant to go back to Venezuela to continue. What message are we sending to these people to discourage them? I am saying, my brother, we need a total shake-up in people, in our authority, or in our police, in our institution. We get those changes at the top so that we could get better. It's not going to get better under the current.
Thank you. Thanks, Hamilton.
Thanks for keeping it shoutless there.
Hamo does make some points.
I'm gonna make some points. I'm gonna make some points. The man researches, and that's one thing. He's got lots of time to research. But it's tough. I don't have any real justification that I can throw out. I would like to know what was unearthed in the trial and stuff like that, so I can kind of get a sense of why the judge did what he did, right? So as to Hamo's point, we don't know what the judge sees and stuff like that. But it's unnerving that a repeat offender, somebody that has shown that he's a danger, and if he's a danger to his family like that. Letting him back out on the street, especially if he's looking for a fix and he can't get it.
And this is why I just complain about the system.
Try to snatch Shady chain.
This is why I just complain. It's not to be unjust.
I see your point right now, right? But like I said, I'd really like to delve into it a little more rather than just the few headlines and at least see what the trial. What swayed the judge to do what he did?
Delbert Harris said, only we can fix our own problems. Change starts with self from the top right down.
Well, that's what we've been saying yesterday as well too. We need to take control. We need to take control of ourselves as a people, right? And Pastor always says that too. It starts with the people. Change yourself. Definitely. Before you change people at the top.
There was a point I was making in the past, Mario, where if a victim, with the police already done get a statement, get the necessary information, a victim decided to withdraw, to withdraw the charge, to not press charges, right?
Right.
What should the authorities do? And this is the one of what transpired in this case, because it said in August, Mr. Batiste was charged with assault, causing bodily harm against Carissa Bailey of Magum. He was also charged with throwing missiles, so he was acting up.
Right, so he was charged with it.
Yes.
Right? But what happened after the charges?
However, the charges were dismissed after Bailey indicated that she did not wish to proceed any further.
Right.
And this is something I was asking you the other day. Don't you think that we should be the authority should be a bit more?
But there's a slippery slope, buddy.
Yeah, but where you have a slippery slope.
You cannot.
So what do you think?
Cannot give people authority to just say, I think that I should still put you in jail. I don't.
No, but
I don't think
a crime, you could prove that a crime has been committed already. You could prove that
that's a slippery slope, buddy.
Boy, I think that
that is a slippery slope.
When it reached to that point, it should be pursued. You can prove that this woman was assaulted by this individual, and if she don't wanna, must charge she too. Charge it too, because you obstructing justice. Then
I see charging her with obstruction of justice or
because
something.
You
but you can't just say, you know what, dude. I think you still have to go to jail. Yeah, come. I don't think that's a real slippery slope.
There's Rand City judges are too emotional when they are sentencing. They have this soft spot for the hardened criminals. Yeah, I think.
And then we're also talking about reform, right?
Yeah.
But what kind of reform is he going to get in the prison as well too?
That's another
you know what I mean? So you take him and you pelt him in the jail, right?
Yeah, that's a good.
And he's looking for a fix, and he decides, I can't take it. I go and fight Shady, and Shady beat him up. You know what I mean? And then things happen and over, and that's how you become a hard.
Yes, man. That's a good question.
Was this? I never been.
Is that?
I don't know.
Preston saying, in the interest of public safety, the state can bring charges.
Right.
I am not a lawyer. It's only my opinion.
Yeah.
That's
But that's what I'm saying. Bringing charges to the person that make the police waste the time and stuff like that.
Maybe
you can bring charges to them, but you can't just look at the man still and say, "Hey, you still going to jail."
Well,
she said
the
she want to drop the charge, but I telling you still going to jail.
Well,
I don't think that can happen.
You commit a crime that we have to pursue
against you, and then you saying that he didn't commit the crime.
But if you have enough evidence to know he commit the crime,
I say you didn't. Listen, if I thief your car, and then you come and say Mario didn't thief my car, no. Although people see me thief the car, and you come back and you say Mario didn't, but he didn't thief my car. He didn't thief my car. What are you talking about?
You're saying that, but the police have evidence that you
on videotape that I thief the car. But
that shouldn't be possible.
But you come back and say, but he didn't thief it.
Right, but the police had the evidence. You shouldn't be arrested and charged.
He didn't thief it.
And sentenced.
But he didn't thief it. What you arresting him for? I telling you is my car and he didn't thief it. So what you arresting him for?
That's what I'm saying. I have enough evidence to charge you and him. That's how our justice system go work properly.
I think you're a dictator.
No, I'm not a dictator. I am.
Remember, video could be out of it.
No.
Video wouldn't probably convey the whole story. Maybe I tell him take the car and he forget the key, so he had to break it. Real things. They can fabricate stories.
Leandro Jack's comment.
Leandro Jack. Reform of the criminal cannot take precedence over saving the life of a victim. Very true, very true. But I'm just looking at the different arms that can happen, right?
Alison said the law can still charge based on the severity of the crime and the evidence. You hear that? Sometimes the matter is out of the victim's hand.
Okay. Well, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Maybe council could clear that up too.
Because where you have victims being scared and threatened, you still need to ensure that the justice system is working for the victim. Yeah, because now people come and threaten you. Hey, don't go to court, mash up your head and man.
What? Let's take a. Let me read some scripts here. I'm not even with you. Visit course today and ride off in your brand new AKT. That's a wicked, 4-wheeler.
Yeah.
Actually, no, it's a 2-wheeler. It's a 2-wheeler. Wow. What I was thinking about was the quads is what I was thinking about, but the AKT fastness, real motorbike business. For as low as $59.99, that's right, $5,999. With every purchase, you get a free helmet and free delivery. Extended warranty, of course, with free servicing for a year is also included. With Ready Finance, you pay absolutely nothing for 90 days and have up to 48 months to repay. Ready Finance customers also enjoy insurance and registration processing for free. Save $2,800 on the AKT 250cc. That's right, now priced at $7,699. AKT, ride responsibly. Courts, of course, bringing value home. And I got to say big respect to Woodsy. Woodsy's got it going on November 12th. We are talking about the reggae night. You didn't know that I could vocalize it like that, huh?
Somebody DJs
I'm saying. We've got DJ Nip now. DJ Easy Sounds is in the house, and Ras Dropper live in the place, all right? And, of course, the band will be Easy Skanking. It's happening at Woodsy's, 1133 Clarkson Avenue, Brooklyn, New York, 11212. Cover charges only $20, all right? $20 for a night of reggae. You can't go wrong. Woodsy's. Doors open at 8 p.m.
My partner name supposed today in the mix there, man. My partner ain't got no visa for flight.
The lady's choice.
Hey, some boy ain't got no visa. I'm just joking, man. Let me go to some ads and come back, yeah?
At Pharmacy Plus, you can get your personal care, hair care, prescription, dental, and over-the-counter, and medical supplies at affordable prices. Located on Egmont Street, opposite Home Collection. We're open Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
You can win when you top it up, switch it up, side it up on the line. Easy wins with love. Easy wins.
Get the easy summer vibes with over $70,000 in cash and prizes. Just top up $10 or more. Activate a prepaid plan. Switch to Flow or bundle your home services to get your share of $70,000 in cash, data, Samsung Galaxy devices, shopping vouchers, and more.
You can win when you top it up, switch it up, sign it up on the love. Easy wins with Flow.
Low terms and conditions apply.
That you have the peace of mind that you deserve. When it comes to motor vehicle, property, employer's liability, business insurance, and much more. Isn't it good to know that no matter where you are, you're covered? Covered by a company owned by Vincentians that understands your unique insurance needs. At Metrosint General Insurance Company, we've invested 50 years of service to guarantee that you have the peace of mind that you deserve. When it comes to motor vehicle, property, employer's liability, business insurance, and much more, we've got you covered. Our professional and friendly staff understands your needs and ensures you understand your options. Metrosint General Insurance Company.
Come in and see us at UE Open Campus. Your success is a must.
Apply today. Visit our website at www.open.uwi.edu. You can call us at 456-1183.
Vitalize your game with Vitamals. Uncap your Vitamals. Look under the crown to win. Free Vitamals, 4-packs, caps, t-shirts, mugs. Find Vitaplay. Let your journey begin for your chance to win one of 3 Sony PlayStation 5 by competing in our Vitalize Game Off. Simply place your Vitaplay crown and your contact information in a sealed envelope and submit to St. Vincent Brewery Limited in Camden Park. Vitalize naturally with Vitamals and win. Free Vitamals redeemable at outlets nationwide. All of the prizes must be collected at St. Vincent Brewery Limited offices in Camden Park. Vitamals, vitalize naturally.
Always wanted a motorcycle, but they've been too expensive. I pass in on my way to work, and then boom, I see courts of motorcycles outside. I'm excited. I get up one day, I go down, I spoke to this guy. I think his name was Sheena, this short, chubby little guy, you know. I purchased 2 bikes so far. It was the 150 SL Dragon. This blue, beautiful AKT TT Dragon. This is my baby. I call her Becky. She gives me the best ride ever. My name is Storyboy Nick, and I live to ride my AKT.
Plain talk. Plain talk with Jumo Thomas.
So much things to say right now.
All you talk now on OMG.
All right, so we don't have to wonder what's really going on in the world of legal.
Yeah.
We've got counsel in the house. Good morning to you, Mr. Thomas.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Mario. Good morning, Shady. Good morning, Fonando.
Good morning.
Most of all, good morning to your listeners who helped to make this show into what it is. Look, I was listening to you all earlier, and I heard you talking about issues of crime. The young man in Georgetown who was sentenced to what was it, a bond?
Yeah.
And
he got us still talking to, and
people are quite concerned. Nobody wants to see anybody assault anybody, and it is always an emotional thing when you see somebody assaulting their mother. In fact, when we were growing up, you said you would be forever blighted if you were to hit your mother or hit your father. You can hit anybody else, but don't put your hand on your mother or your father. So I understand the kind of emotions that are coming there. But if this man is addicted to something, and I got the impression
that he is,
I was saying he's addicted. And if he has some mental challenges. Some people may say, well, an addiction to crack or cocaine is not a mental challenge, but scientifically it is. It means that the brain is not connecting properly. You're overly dependent on something else. So I am not so sure if he's sent to prison, and I think Maria alluded to this point, how would that solve the problem?
Yeah.
which confronts him. I think that this society is inadequate in a number of different ways. It doesn't have the wherewithal to treat. We just have to walk the streets of Kingstown every day to see the amount of either mentally challenged people, either people who are addicted to crack cocaine or people who are just plain mad. And they are walking around literally every day, and they seem not to be any real concern for them. If they're sitting on or lying on the ground, we simply step next to them and keep on going.
Yeah.
So that's a big problem that has to be addressed. I'm not so sure. We are still in a situation where the last time I checked, we did not have a resident psychiatrist in St. Vincent. So we can't get a proper evaluation, mental, psychological, psychiatric examination of these people who are, some of us would say, they are becoming a menace to society. But we don't have the diagnosis, and we certainly don't have the treatment. But I also heard someone say that the judges are emotional and go soft on hardened criminals. Well, for one thing, the story that you just spoke about is not evidence of a hardened criminal.
Right.
But beyond that, there's absolutely no evidence at all that judges or magistrates go soft on hardened criminal. In fact, I think the contrary is true. The opposite is true. I was speaking yesterday, you all may recall. I said when I started practicing in 2007, if you were convicted of murder, more than likely the starting sentence would be about 30 years. And it was rare that someone would get sentenced to 35 years. Now, as I mentioned yesterday, the starting sentence is 40 years.
Yes.
So you have had, over the space of 15 years, the starting sentence has gone up by 33%. From 30, what used to be 30 to now 40. So that's not a sign that judges are soft on crime or soft and hardened criminals. In fact, my experience in the court has told me, and I'm prepared to say this publicly, that judges are very hard on persons who are hardened criminals, either by perception or by the evidence. So I am not so sure what people are looking at. I am not so sure what people are seeing. But certainly, if you commit a serious crime in St. Vincent and you are brought before the court and you are found guilty, you can be sure you're going to get a significant sentence.
Right.
So this notion that judges are soft and hardened criminal does not hold up to scrutiny. Then there's the other issue where I heard Fonando saying that, if the police has evidence, and the person don't want to give the evidence, the police should simply lock them up too.
Lock them up, yeah.
Well,
help me on that. Help me on that.
I am not so. I'm not so sure how you're going to, in a democratic society, how you're going to. If Mario slaps me, and I initially made a report to the police, and then I say, you know what, I think Mario is just having a bad day. I'm not going to go forward with this evidence anymore. How the police is going to arrest me for something like that, or even if it's something more serious. Suppose he chopped me in the arm. And I decided I am not going to give evidence. How would the police?
But in the case when the police have enough evidence,
what do you mean enough evidence?
They have they have sufficient evidence to charge that person and secure a conviction.
But if the police has enough evidence to secure a conviction, they will go forward and secure the conviction. If I am making an allegation against you or Mario, and I don't take that information to the court so that the court could have it as evidence upon which it's going to judge me, how would the case go forward if 1 million people stand there and say that, well, they saw it? Because I didn't carry the evidence to the court.
That's
one of the ways.
But I was talking about where the police have enough.
But what is enough evidence? I just show you. You were saying You started from the premise that if the person don't give the evidence, they should arrest that person too.
No, if
So
the person, if the, no,
what would be enough?
the
What would
premise
be
is,
enough evidence if
yeah.
the person is not prepared to carry that information to court?
Well, in the police opinion, if they have the sufficient evidence
But
when
it
they
can't be
know.
in the police opinion, sir. There's a legal standard.
Yeah, but different crimes have different situations. So the point I was making.
For which one? Because help me out here. I'm the
Okay,
lawyer, so help me out.
let me say, for example, a shooting incident, attempted murder. Okay.
Right.
You have video images. You have statement by the witnesses, and you also have, let me say, forensic information, forensic evidence. Let's say that. Okay.
What kind of forensic evidence?
Well, the type of gun that was used, you know what I mean, the fingerprint, anything that could point that person towards the, pulling that
Right.
trigger.
But
Right.
okay, so
Yeah.
it's an attempted murder. Carry
Yeah.
that forward. Let me hear where you're going to.
Yeah. So the police have all these information, and at the last minute the victim decide they're not gonna pursue this case any further.
Right.
You're saying,
So okay.
yeah.
So if the victim says that he's not going to carry it further,
Yeah.
who would the attempted charge be against?
The person who committed the offense, the
Right,
person,
but who would he would he be accused of shooting? Where would be the evidence be that this person attempted to shoot you, or this person attempted to shoot me? If I don't go in and say that report.
Video evidence.
Video evidence. But there's also an issue with the video evidence because you have to authenticate the evidence and so on. The fact that a video shows up does not mean that that video will be entered into evidence in court. It all depends on how it is produced and so on. It all depends on the skill of the attorney who's on the other side. I mean, many times you have all kind of evidence that don't get into court for a combination of reasons.
Right.
But if you don't have, let me just make this point.
Yeah.
If you don't have the person against whom you are saying there was an attempt on his or her life, if you don't have that person giving that evidence, how does that evidence get into court? It cannot. The one way in which it can be done is to make the prosecutor could haul the person into court, make them into a hostile witness,
Right.
and ask them on the 7th of November 2022, did you give a statement to the police?
Right.
If the person refuses to answer, or the person answers yes or no, suppose the person says no, and the police could try to bring the statement in to show you the statement, did you sign the statement, and so on and so forth. But that is going to create a real problem because if somebody is a reluctant witness to something that happened to their person, then the state normally takes the position, well, if you don't want to protect your own person, on what basis are we going to go forward? But that's the only way in terms of a hostile witness, turning the person into a hostile witness where you make some advances. But that's, I think Maria was making the point, I think correctly so, that you don't want to appear to be forcing people to give evidence.
Yeah.
And it is said that only in undemocratic states do you force people to give evidence.
Yeah. But where you're pursuing justice, Mr. Thomas, and you're in the prosecution seat, these are things that has to be dealt with where I'm saying where you have enough evidence and you can.
But I just show you you're singing.
I'm not saying
again, enough evidence. Enough
what
evidence.
happened there? You left a door open for persons who are committing these crimes who can check no witness. The police have the information, but they have a stumbling block in their way. No solution towards this problem. And I'm saying, yes, you said you can be a hostile witness, but on how much occasion, how often do we see these things taking place? And you would have pointed out that there is an issue whereby the police tend to don't want to pursue these cases. Because
no, but it's difficult to pursue a case where the person who's making the allegation is
no
unprepared to bring the
complainant.
evidence to the court. That's the point I'm making to you.
Yeah, and this is what I'm saying. There should be some consequences in that
But
regard.
what? So if I don't want to bring a case, you want to slap me over the face for that?
Crime, Mr. Thomas, a crime has been
Well, you
committed.
can call me Jomo. You can call me Jomo.
It's okay, but what I'm saying, a crime has been committed. Shouldn't that be of concern as well to
Yes, it is a concern. But if somebody slaps me over the face and I don't want to bring a claim, and you want to force me to come to court, that creates a problem. It's a slippery slope problem
I
that
speak
marriage
about a more serious crime, attempted murder.
It matters not.
The crime is
All right.
The crime isn't it? It's giving the power to someone to make that decision.
I'm not arguing that these are the situation that takes place, but I'm just saying that we have to look into all these things because these are issues that the general public are indeed concerned about, and where crime.
Yeah, but the general public are the ones who every day in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, every day across the world, make decisions not to pursue cases. I am not. It's a different thing to me if it is established that the person refuses to give evidence because he or she is threatened or that person is bribed. For example, there's a case that's working its way through the system now, where a witness said that she had stood there and watched a man shoot and kill another man. And then somehow she had a change of heart and she said she lied. And her evidence was central to the state's case. So what did the state do? The state turns around now and intends to try her for perjury. But was the state sufficiently concerned to check her out to know that her evidence was really truthful? Once they had that statement that she said she saw, they were prepared to run with it. And the moment she says, no, I didn't really see. My man was killed and I was upset and I was prepared to lie. Then they want to now try her for perjury. And that's the problem.
Yeah. I think we have the same question here. Preston is asking, Jomo, if a witness withdraw his or her statement and the police has enough evidence to charge, I think that's the same.
Well, that's what I thought I answered that. If the witness does not want to present the evidence, if the victim, not a witness, if a witness withdraws, then you may have sufficient evidence based on other witnesses. But if the victim, the virtual complainant withdraws, you have a serious problem.
And I think there's a problem I have to. I have a serious problem there.
All right, listen, we've got to take a top of the hour. We have to do that. And there's some people that want to interact with counsel as well too.
Usual,
so we'll take a quick top, some vibes, some Shady, and we're getting some breakfast from Ella this morning too. So we're gonna for Chantel. So keep it locked on. This is how we do it. Boom 1069.
We are the trending station. We are the trending station.
Me say action move, hey, you don't know it go. Boom, 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 boom.
Boom 1069.
I'm just a stranger in a crowded place. Me and the cooler and we get hoping to find someone with a familiar face so we could sit and celebrate. This is not the time to be alone. This is the time to wind on a bumper. So let's be amazing, if I amazing. Let's go carry the one that we get from morning, yeah. I want you to charm on somebody now, hold on somebody now, keep them company. I want you to charm on somebody now, hold on somebody now, make them your family. Together let me mash up the place and done. Let me walk up the waist and done. Together let me mash up the place and done. Let me walk up the waist and done.
Boom 1069.
The trending station, Boom 1069 on your radio. Nice to have you locked on strong with us. We are in the middle of Plain Talk with Council Jomo Thomas.
Yeah.
And we are uh, walking a line here that Fernando has thrown out where he just wants people to lock people up.
No, don't misrepresent my statement. Don't misrepresent.
I'm not misrepresenting.
Council,
his
tell him
statement.
don't misrepresent my statement. I know a bit. I know a thing or two in about lying.
But council, I've been telling Fernando that I'm uncomfortable with that.
I heard you, and I think you are properly uncomfortable.
Yeah.
That's
just.
Well, it's okay. We have to make people uncomfortable. We have to make people uncomfortable, but I think we.
All right.
Yeah. Sort it out.
451169 to get in on the line with council. Council, did you get a chance to go to the prayer walk yesterday, or to see the prayer walk?
To do what?
To look at the prayer walk, see the prayer walk, support
and
support.
attend and support. Yeah. The prayer walk. It seems like
the prayer walk.
The prayer
walk.
You didn't know about the prayer walk yesterday?
Oh, the prayer.
Yeah.
Yes, I heard. I saw a truck going up on the street, and I heard preachers. I was in court. I believe when they were going up, and I heard them speaking about all kind of different issues. But I didn't go.
Do you think day of prayers and so forth helped in any way to curb any crime situation?
Well, concentrated energy. I mean, it has been proven that scientifically that concentrated energy helps.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you have
interesting.
1 million people speaking about and concentrating and about an illness that somebody may have or an illness that society may have, there may be some movement. For example, certain things happen from time to time. I remember South Africa is a very violent country.
Mm-hmm.
But it is said for the week when the day Mandela was released, and for a week immediately after the release of Nelson Mandela, crime dropped precipitously.
Wow.
Because that singular moment had an impact on people's doings.
So is more so a mindset, or is it some sort of energy?
Well, mindset is energy.
Okay, but I thought it was like a spiritual kind of thing.
It's like a what?
Spiritual kind of thing going on there. What
do you mean facial?
Spiritual.
Oh, spirit. Oh, yes, spirit is energy.
Okay. Interesting.
This is why in the African tradition, we talk about spiritualism rather than religion. Authentic African societies dealt less with organized religion and more with spirituality. And that spirituality had a lot to do with the universe. It was holistic. It had to do with the trees. It had to do with the forest. It had to do with the animals. All what we might want to call ancient societies or indigenous peoples had that relationship with the earth, with the universe. So, for example, this is why they had sun gods and rain gods and fertility gods. All of those were important to people. So their energy. My wife can't make a child. I pray to my fertility god. The rain is not falling. There's a drought. We pray to the rain god.
Yes,
that's energy. And I tell you, that is how the ancient priests, the shaman, and so on got power. Because imagine there's a drought, and you go to a shaman and you say, "Look, my crops are down." And the shaman prays with you, and a few hours or tonight the rain falls, and you get a bumper harvest. You may give the shaman 10% of what you produce, right? Because he has the power. He showed you, and that's how the whole priesthood developed, and then it emerged into organized religion.
Ishmael is asking, does that spirituality recognize what happened on the cross? I don't.
What do you mean? If it recognizes what happened in the past, spirituality is not a being.
I think he's maybe.
It is a reality.
I was trying to make sense of it.
Spirituality is not a being.
Yeah.
Council, I know your involvement in politics, social issues, and law and all these things.
Yeah,
As
since
announced,
since I was born.
as announced that Dominica is about to hold snap election. I wanted your take on it. Whether you think is to cement something with the prime minister or to change something. What do you think is something?
Well,
What
I don't know. Barbados had elections 1 year ahead of schedule. Dominica is now scheduled to have an election 2 years ahead of schedule.
Mhm.
And I remember there was some talk some time ago that the all of the motions, the busybody activities we were seeing from the administration here, that elections may be in the offing. I'm not so sure what's happening in Dominica, except for the fact that the Skerritt administration, I think, has 14 of the 17 seats.
Right.
And they well think if we contest, it's difficult for us to lose 9. And they therefore said, you know what, let's just go and do this. I mean, Skerritt is what? I think Skerritt is into his fourth. This, if he wins, this would be his 5th term.
Yeah.
So he's probably just playing. He's the boss. He tells the guys, look, let's go to the polls. We have this. And we can see, but you remember, that's what Keith Mitchell taught in Grenada. And because he had 15 seats, and he went to an election and he lost 9, and is now in the opposition. Our government over here, they have 9. They lost the majority vote in 2020.
Yes.
I have always said that I think that Prime Minister Gonzalez is very, very conservative. So he's not. It's not likely that he would call a snap election. But if he does it because he really doesn't care anymore. He has been there since 2021. He has done 4 term. By the time he would have done a 5th term. So he could probably roll the dice saying, well, look, I'm 76, I'm 77, I'm 78. I couldn't go out if these guys lose. Well, they will have to rebuild and restructure. So it is not outside the line of sight that here in St. Vincent we may have an election before we get into the 5th year. And anyone who has looked at St. Vincent reality knows that Prime Minister Gonzalez goes to the line. He does not call early elections. I mean, the earliest election he might have called might have been the November 9th elections of 2020. He normally called December elections.
Right.
So, and that is in the very 5th year. So I am not looking for that, but we have to watch and see. And I think the opposition has been looking. And if you notice now, if you go around the country, you can see both opposition and government offices. Constituency offices are open and seem to be ready for battle. But I don't think that's imminent. We haven't done 2 years yet. Well, we just passed 2 years. We just passed 2 years in St. Vincent. November 8th was 2 years. So there are 3 years to go. And I am not so sure that these guys are going to be rushed to call an election when they know there's a real chance that they could lose.
Nyla, good morning, Nyla. Nyla says no, Jomo. He's in his 5th term, going into his
5th term, yes.
Wow.
5th term.
About 6 in a row.
Someone said, Council, I think we have moles in the force as well, because many times information leak out that shouldn't, and thus put the person in danger as witness, and then they receive threat or lose their life.
Where's the evidence of that?
Yes.
That sounds like hearsay, man.
We can think anything.
Yeah.
Not true?
Yeah.
But I look, I wouldn't doubt, some powerful person may have a link someplace.
Yeah.
But we can't just speculate wildly that Jomo is on the take. You could say, well, where did he get this money from to buy all those white shirts? You can't assume that I'm on the take because I wear white shirts every day. You may conclude, well, okay, he's a lawyer, he has to wear white shirts, so he probably has 5.
Exactly.
They could wonder who's washing these white shirts.
The mole is the person who's washing the shirts. I wash my own shirts. I wash my own shirts.
Caller, welcome to Boom. Hello?
Yeah, morning.
Morning. Yes.
Patrick Manning tried it a couple years ago, a snap election, and he lost to Kamala Prasad, and the party was really upset with him, and he had to. That was the end of Patrick Manning. But I have a question. I wanted to ask the
council
for a while now. We have elections here in the States today. We do something now we call early election, like a week or so before you could vote. Would stuff like that work in St. Vincent or St. Vincent is too small for something like that?
Well, I don't think St. Vincent is too small. What I think we ought to do is to make it very comfortable for people to vote. Because, even to this day, people get problems sometimes getting their bosses to let them off to go to vote, or they may let you off, or you have to get back at a certain time. I think what we should do, if we can even have early voting, because there's nothing that say you have voting a week before. Like you have election day is, let's say in like today in the United States, but a week before that, sometimes 2 weeks, 3 weeks before that, people can vote. That is making it easy or more comfortable for persons to vote at their convenience. Nothing is wrong with that at all. Because we only have a voting population of about 70,000 as a very small country. We may not need that. In the United States, you have millions and millions of people who would go out to vote. What I think we can do is extend the voting, let's say from 6 until even from 7 in the morning until 7 at night, because there's no reason why it has to end at 5 o'clock. Or to make it even more convenient for voters, we probably can do what some countries do: hold the elections on a Sunday, which means everybody is at home. They can go to vote. Those who are going to church, they can go to vote before they go to church, or they can go to vote after they're coming back from church. But I think the point with early voting is to get as many people to vote in as convenient a fashion as possible. And I think that's a positive thing. That's a democratic thing, and it's something that we should explore.
I got one more question quickly with the controversy that's taking place in St. Vincent with the last couple of elections. If we had something like that, what about corruption? Could we be fearful of corruption taking place if we have a voting extended for a week?
Well, there's always the issue of corruption. Remember, the country that most of you guys may be too young, but the country that had real problems with corruption of voting in the Caribbean was Guyana, under former Prime Minister Forbes Bonham, where they said he used to stuff the ballots, they had overseas ballots and so on and so forth. And I think that is what caused a lot of people to swear off early voting, overseas voting. Corruption is a real problem. I don't think that well, let me put it this way. I have been back in St. Vincent since 2004, and I have voted in every election since then. And I have not, and I am a close, keen observer of political processes. I have not seen any evidence of vote tampering or attempts to affect the vote of people on election day. What goes into the ballot? What goes into the box? The ballot box is essentially the will of the people. All kind of things can happen before the election. There's a power of the incumbency. The government controls the machinery. The government can do certain things. They can use state resources and so on, as we saw so dramatically in 2020 elections. But I can't say that the elections are corrupted on the day itself. There's no evidence I thought of that. I think of that.
There you go. That's a good way to end this.
Yeah.
That's a real good way to end this.
Mario, man, you got it right. Until we meet again.
Yes, sir.
All right,
Take it easy, my friend. That's how it is, bringing us up to speed legally. Jomo Thomas, thank you so much for the plain talk. Yes, buddy. This is how it is. Boom 106.9 FM. We have got Chantel from Ella's in the house. She brought some food for us. We'll take a quick break, take some music, come back and talk to Chantel for a little bit, all right?
All right. Let's go.
Vitalize your game with Vitamals. Uncap your Vitamals. Look under the crown to win. Free Vitamals, 4-packs, caps, t-shirts, mugs. Find Vitaplay. Let your journey begin for your chance to win one of 3 Sony PlayStation 5 by competing in our Vitalize Game Off. Simply place your Vitaplay crown and your contact information in a sealed envelope and submit to St. Vincent Brewery Limited in Camden Park. Vitalize naturally with Vitamals and win. Free Vitamals redeemable at outlets nationwide. All of the prizes must be collected at St. Vincent Brewery Limited offices in Camden Park. Vitamals, vitalize naturally.
Here's a chance to win with your favorite credit union. It's the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Teachers Cooperative Credit Union Limited 45th Anniversary Theme Competition. All members of the credit union are invited to submit their themes for the credit union's 45th anniversary, which will be celebrated in 2023. All theme ideas should be submitted via email to marketing@tccusvg.com on or before November 30th, 2022. The member with the winning theme will receive a prize of $450. So put on your thinking cap, be creative, put pen to paper, and win. The SVG TCCU terms and conditions apply.
General Hardware still has the best prices on steel, lumber, and plywood. So go on, compare prices. And if by chance you find a better price, no stress. Just talk to the General, and they will beat that price plus give you special priority delivery. Yes, General Hardware offers free island-wide delivery on most purchases, so you never have to worry about getting your goods on site on time. Plus, shopping at General Hardware is a pleasant experience with friendly, knowledgeable staff always ready to serve. What more could you wish for, huh? So come to General Hardware for proper service, lowest prices, free delivery, and see why nobody beats the General. Nobody.
Bundle, yeah. Bundle, floor. Bundle, save. Tap up, yeah. Tap up, mad. Tap up. Look at the place covered. Browse all you want. Post all you want. Tap up $15 or more. Activate the Choose 7 or 30-day combo plan. Pay up your bill. Bundle now and get a smartphone for only $49. Switch to Floor. Bundle, yeah. Bundle, Floor. Bundle, save. Tap up, yeah. Tap up, mad. Tap up. Look at the place covered. Browse all you want. Post all you want. Look at the place covered. Do what you want. Watch all you want.
The evolution of radio. Boom 1069.
Never again. I out on the road. Never again. I'm not staying never again. Can't miss me. Double M. Look, I done book me flight. Tell me friends and family are coming. Hey, boy, the suitcase packed tight. As soon as the plane touch down, we pumping. And if you hear them, welcome to the land of Calypso. I see that you touch down. Well done. I hope that you're more than fit and ready, cause it's real rum, vibes. Soon as I touch the first party, it's shell down. I'm fetting until I'm falling down. I will never miss the next carnival again. Everybody in this I will never miss the next carnival again. Everybody will not take me. I'll be jumping up in a party. I'll be on the road with family. I'll be having the time of my life until the good Lord take me. Hey,
Boom 1069.
Everybody in this party, put hands on us. Father bless everybody in this party. Watch over us. In we going out and we coming in. I say, whoa. Put hands on us. I say, whoa. Watch over us. I say, whoa. Don't make another move till we bless this party. Cause I come here with the intention to get us bad
The evolution of radio. Boom 1069.
Yeah, Mario? You good? Are you,
But you're the pilot, you know. You're the pilot. You're supposed to be doing things.
Sort out your mic.
Sort out my mic.
Yeah, we good.
Just so the
the
net just started to look like madness.
Madness, boy.
The net just started to look like all kinds of madness.
I wonder why. Namzi,
I
you
don't
see
know.
my face in this video.
If you see what that looking.
Namzi, boy.
That's
Namzi, that's right, boy.
That's all right. Especially when I got somebody like Chantel here. Good morning, Chantel. Step up to the microphone.
Come on.
Good morning, St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Hey.
Good morning.
Hey.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, Chantel is joining us here because, she is from Ella's Kitchen.
El's Cafe.
El's Cafe.
El's Cafe.
Right.
All right. Now, that's
right.
downstairs, Ella's Salon,
And
basically across from Cellworld.
Yeah.
St. Hill Business Center.
Yeah,
St. Hill
Business. Yeah.
So, first of all, thank you for coming in this morning. You brought us some breakfast, some nice. What are you looking for? Some nice sandwiches and stuff. So let us know what's on the menu this morning.
Well, we have ham and cheese sandwich,
Wow.
bakes and saltfish. We have bakes and chicken, bread and chicken,
Come
patties.
closer to the mic. Come closer. Yeah.
We have patties,
Nice.
sausage roll,
Nice.
pizza roll,
Jeez.
beef roll.
Boy.
You just name it.
Yeah.
At El's Cafe, we have it.
Rolling in good
Yes,
stuff,
please.
boy. Mario had him, Mario. See how Mario yourself when you're ready, boy. Yeah, big up Ella. In the meantime, she's locking it down as usual. To Boom 106.9. Look at that.
Sandwich with things.
Yeah.
It's made with garlic sauce,
Yeah.
ham, cheese, lettuce, tomato.
Yeah. I don't think the camera could pick it up as good as it look, boy. You gotta see it for yourself. You know what I mean?
Yes, please.
You gotta see it for yourself, boy.
And you have lunch as well too today, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
please, we do.
What you have on the
We
menu?
do lunches daily. We do different menus every day. Today we have dry pea soup with pigtail and chow mein with sweet and sour chicken. Yes, please.
Wow.
And sometimes before 1 o'clock, our lunches are all finished.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yes,
I experienced that.
Yeah. And it's a lot of food, man. I had so much food in my belly. Oh, boy. That was so much. That's value for your money.
That's right.
That's value for your money, folks. And that's at El's Cafe.
Yes,
We're
please.
putting it in
and Ella
context.
herself cook it right there, daily, right in the shop.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Just across from the bank of SVG Day, in case folks want to know sort of landmark.
Family
now.
George's Plaza. No, people know it as George's Plaza.
Is it? Come on.
Yes, please. Right downstairs. We do
Yeah.
ice cream. We open on Sundays.
Yeah.
All flavor ice cream. You can
Yeah.
think of. El's
Yeah.
Cafe have it.
Cheese and
We
peas,
have coffee.
boy.
We have local juice.
Yeah. So if I go there now again, all these things like coffee, all the rolls that you have, everything until time for lunch now. You have your different menu for lunch and everything. So that is a vibes because it's still early.
And also we do
8:26.
chicken and chips for the kids.
Yeah.
Like parents who looking for chicken and chips daily for their kids. We
Yeah.
have that as well.
Yeah. Oh, they get local juices and things.
Yes, please.
Right,
All
yes,
different flavors. We do
Alright,
cherry,
nice.
golden apple, lime and bitters, lime, orange, freshly squeezed orange.
Come on.
Passion
Coming
fruit.
for lime and bitters later.
Yeah.
Lime and bitters.
Passion fruit.
And for people like my Nigerian brother here that likes to partake in salads and stuff. Can you make up a quick salad for him?
Of course, yes, please.
So healthy eating.
Daily.
Nice.
Yes, please. And also the fruit cake is
the man gave me no fruit cake yesterday. The man take all the fruit cake.
Yeah, that's why you mentioning fruitcake, boys. I gotta stop it again. I'm getting hungry now. Hungry now, boy. I need breakfast.
And pick up to my boss and
Hey,
also my aunt.
of course.
Ella
Cupid.
Yes,
Hey. Yeah, Ella doing well, boy. Ella,
she know
big
her
up
thing in the
yourself.
kitchen.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Yeah, you have to support the thing, and that's local business as well. And she's been doing business for years.
Yes,
Years
because
now.
she has the salon and she's in business with the salon for 30 something
Yes,
years.
yes.
And the snack it, she doing it off and on.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And the
Talk about what happened. No.
the young lady has to go back to work now. The young lady has to go back
Thank
to
you
work.
so much, Chantel.
Thank you for having me, and
Yes.
thank you for having us.
Yes.
El's Cafe at El's Cafe.
I told
Yes,
you I was going to
please.
hug
Yes.
on air today.
Yeah.
Well done, Shant. Well
Thank
done,
you guys
well
very
done.
much for all the
Well done,
the
Chantal.
views and all
Yeah.
the advertisements.
Yes.
Yes, please. Thank you very
Awesome.
much.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Take care.
And have a great day, you
Yes.
guys.
Yeah. All
So
right.
see you later for the,
You know it.
Come on,
Thank
like.
you, thank you, thank you.
All
Bye-bye.
right. Bye.
All
Take
right,
care.
that's
Cheers,
how it
good
is.
boy.
Yeah.
Chantal, like you love inside the studio. Shady, thing did it. Namzi, you don't know. That's what three of us, eh? Namzi, the one.
I didn't get yesterday, so you should.
No. We went and we purchased our things, huh?
Oh, the purchase all your thing. Shady, you gotta go and check out.
Gotta
that
go
and
and
make
purchase
sure you
your
get
things
thing.
today.
Yeah.
Yeah, but thank them so much for the breakfast.
Yeah,
That was definitely awesome, man.
Yes, man.
Shady, give us some vibes as we move here. Boom 169. Of course, you can give us a holler 4511069 if you want to join in on some of the topics under discussion. Share your views. And don't forget, we have got at 9:45. We've got Dr. Richards coming in. All right. Okay, keep it locked on. Boom.
Boom 1069.
Why can't I leave you alone? Tell me why? Why can't I leave you alone? Cause ever since you caught my interest, you've become something I can't get used to. And every time I said that I'm leaving, one look at you just make me think it over. I cannot do it as you walk, I cannot do it as you wine. Can't even let the thing it out of you not being mine, baby. Oh, darling. Why can't I leave you alone? Why can't I leave you alone? Baby, tell me why can't I leave you alone? If it's the mother, if it's the wine, if it's the good up, you give me every time. If it's the way you cover me like the ceiling, or is it the way you cook good that I'm feeling? If it's the mother, if it's the wine, if it's the good up, you give me every time. If it's the way you cover me like the ceiling, or is it because you cook good, baby? Why can't I leave you alone? Jealousy. Why can't I leave you alone? Jealousy, kitty cat, that have me still here. Otherwise I would have gone long time. It's kitty cat, that have me still here. Otherwise I would have gone long time. I can't take the fussing and I can't take the fighting, I can't take the ning. I can't take the headache, I can't take the heartache, can't take the nagging, baby. If it wasn't for the kitty cat girl, trust me, I would have gone long time. And above the kitty cat girl, or else I would have gone long time. They say I hook and I cook, I just love how the kitty cat look. They say she put something in my meal, but I just love how the kitty cat feel. Come kitty, come to me, come to me. How can I leave you when you're perfect for me? Jealousy, kitty cat, that have me still here. Otherwise I would have gone long time. The kitty cat, that have me still here. Otherwise I would have gone long time. I can't take the fussing and I can't take the fighting, I can't take the ning. I can't take the headache, I can't take the heartache, can't take the nagging, baby. If it wasn't for the kitty cat girl, trust me, I would have gone long time. And above the kitty cat girl, or else I would have gone long time.
Why you so hard on me? 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 No matter what I do, you're just jamming me. You say you know I could do better. You bring out the best in me. Why you so hard on me? 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 Why you so hard? Give your car, give your house, give your land. Why you so hard?
No, them say big man don't cry, big man don't cry, big man don't cry, but that's a big lie, 'cause every night I'm at Bali. Why you do me that, my darling? Yeah. She give the none away. Why you give the none away? Hey, girl, you're so damn wicked. You're so damn wicked. I say you're so damn wicked. You're so damn wicked, wicked, wicked.
Boom 1069. SVG's number one.
Yo, gotta let you know what's going on with Max Pizza and Kitchen and Backway. Of course, you can give him a holler and make your pizza order. You can order today if you want, but it's gonna come in on Friday, all right? With the arrival of the Backway Express. So it's like ordering it and having it delivered right to your door. That's right. Max Pizza and Kitchen and Backway.
Wow.
Awesome. Always on, man. Always on.
Godfrey is saying, good morning. So good to have a place where I can get coffee when I'm in SVG. Yes, right down there at Ella. I see Super Demos say we love Fonando. Big up Super Demos.
Super Demos boy. You the Super Demos boy. I know the Super Demos.
I get the Super Demos boys.
Super Demos don't know what we're talking about.
Boy, hey, I gotta stop big up boy and just big up Ella alone, boy. Ella, the one that I can't wait for take a break again, boy. Boy, that sandwich is nice, boy. For real, I'm telling no lie. You know. Sometimes people pretend, but no, that is good. That's real. Ella, big up yourself. Big up.
I gotta big up Barry's though. Barry's Auto Parts, they have things, all kinds of things. Vehicle parts for all kinds of vehicles, man. We're talking about Toyota van parts, Nissan van, genuine drums. They also have stuff for, like if you're looking for windshield, front cut, fender, bonnet, headlight, brakes, master, booster, tail light, shocks, fans, mirror arms, steering racks, all heap of parts. We're talking about Barry's Auto Parts. All right, wide variety of startlet parts as well. Call them on WhatsApp. Call them regularly or on WhatsApp at 784-593-5226. So that's 593-5226. Also check out On Fleek, new arrivals for all kinds of events and occasions. And Christmas coming up, so you can get your Christmas down there as well. Check them out in the same building. Call them at 497-8227.
That's the place.
That's the place, the man.
We're discussing a lot of issues today. We have some very important discussion taking place. We were talking about earlier. We were talking about a young man who would have assaulted his mother with a cutlass.
Yeah. Well, he didn't assault her with a cutlass. Because he didn't hit her. He didn't chop her or anything. But he was threatening her with it.
Okay. Yep. Threatening, he was threatening his mother with a cutlass. He raised it, and that was something else, and that whole situation, he went to court. The guy, the gentleman. You could play the video again if you wish, Mario.
Yes, I can. Yeah. Let me just.
But the gentleman, the son claimed that he would have slipped, and while in the process his hand went up in the air with the cutlass, and his mother sort of was in front of him accidentally when the whole thing transpired. But we have video, and if you're looking at the live,
that's what he claimed, right?
Yeah, that's what he claimed. But we have video, and if you look at the live, you can see. And I'm asking you guys to also share it. Let the world know what is happening. That's right there. Jabak one, boy, come back one. Yeah, let them see, because I want people to judge for themselves and to decide whether or not this is slipping. That doesn't look, that's charging up on thing, boy. And the mother said she was frightened for her life. She was actually frightened for her life. Imagine her life could have been taken by her own son.
Man running like he gonna serve a tennis shot.
Yeah. So apparently he came first. He was arguing about a slipper, a missing slipper. The mother said she did not know anything about the slipper that he's speaking about. Came back about 5 minutes after, and he was accusing them of taking some ring, and that mysterious ring was never found. So the mother had to go and give him $50. Otherwise than that, she probably would have been in the hospital by now. So the matter was taken to court. The guy have a number of charges already. He was on bond, break the bond, but yet I said that the court would have reprimand him. The judge would have scolded him, but he was let off with a year suspended sentence or something to that effect.
Okay, but as counsel pointed out too, number of factors that we have to mention as well too. The there is a history of drug use with the guy, right? There's clearly some mental issues as well, as stated by his parents and so forth. So all of that would have been playing a part in why he was
that part of the mitigating factor. There is aggravating factor as well, whereby he has a number of issues. He have a number of charges already. He would have caused bodily harm to a Magum resident
who withdrew
the case, and that is
so
another issue
so they
we
couldn't
have.
push anything.
Do you think that when persons withdraw case after giving these evidence, shouldn't they be held responsible, and shouldn't the authorities also pursue the accused? You know what I mean?
But they're not accusing them anymore, so they're not accused anymore.
No, don't try that.
If I'm not accusing you of anything, then you can't be called the accused.
Whereby a crime has took place, and we had a back and forth with regards to that.
Even the lawyer extraordinaire said,
"My take
Fonando,
is
you can't do that."
No. Maybe that is the reason why we have some of these problems, because we're too light with these kind of thing, and we gotta step it up a notch. We gotta step, because we're looking for solution on Mario.
But
you let a guy out.
But they just
listen.
But the council just tell you we tough on crime now by way of sentencing and everything.
Yeah, but listen, Mario. I listen to the counselor. I listen to the counselor very carefully. Sometimes,
and then you stoops.
I do.
And you say,
and
you say
I
no.
do have issues with the counselor sometimes. You know what I mean? So it's okay, because even where you have the sentencing, the increase in sentencing, are they being enforced? That is the next question.
If it's being enforced, if you're sentenced, how can your sentence not be enforced?
Well, ask yourself, if you jump up now to 40 years and so forth, how much person have been sentenced to 40 years? For these crimes and so forth.
Well, again, is it a case of people withdrawing the complaints?
That is a problem. This is what I'm saying. That is a problem. You can't be withdrawing cases so often, because justice have to be meted out. Whether or not, if you harm somebody and then you threaten somebody, and then counsel would have speak about being a hostile witness and so forth. You know what I mean? But we gotta be. I just think that we gotta be tough on these things. You know what I mean? We're tying up the loose ends now, man. Let me tie up the loose ends and
4511069 if you want to tie up the loose ends with Fonando
and Mario too.
I ain't tying up no loose ends, but no, that's not like a gang thing. I ain't tying up no loose ends.
Winston in the house. Big up Winston, Angela.
Instance, if anybody buy his story, I have a cup of seawater to send.
But if you're looking at the live, folks, the video is right there. You can see the guy. It doesn't look like he slipped anywhere to me.
Nah.
And
he's on solid footing. Then.
Yeah.
And you can see the mom.
Right. And it brings a bigger question as well, because where you're asking about the issue, where you're making the point that he's a drug addict and so forth, and you might want to have sympathy on him. What are the sort of treatment? What are the consequences for his action? You're letting him out in the public. He's a threat to society. You could see Mario somewhere and just get angry because he seems to have violent tendencies. The father, the mash up the father phone and all these things. So, we gotta talk about all these things to mental health, and I think Jill does a good job with that. So, folks, you gotta listen to Jill and things. But there's a lot of stress factor in so much thing that is happening now. Persons are under tremendous stress. Stress is a problem. Mario, you get stress? You get stress from time to time? How about Shady?
I work with you,
You ain't gonna stress from me, man. You ain't gonna stress from me. You walk with me, walk with me. If you walk with me, if you walk with me, you're not gonna stress me, you know. You know what I mean? But folks, you know, we are live. Please share the live. You can comment. You can send your WhatsApp messages. We have Helen. Helen John said, prayers is a solemn request for help or expression of thanks addressed to God or an object of worship. So she's just giving a definition of prayer. We have a voice note, but Maria gonna link that up a bit later. So let me tell you what is happening there. Barry's Atto in while Mary's linking it up. Barry's Atto, they're located at the Lower Middle Street Gap, Benedict Supermarket by on Fleek Style Boutique. Barry Atto Parts, come and check them out. They have a wide variety of parts for different vehicles. They have windshield, front cut, fenders, bonnet, headlight, brakes, master, booster. So I know Super Demas, he has new vehicles, so I don't know how soon he could be looking for parts. But Super Demas, they have parts for your vehicle. They have Toyota van parts as well, shocks, you know, router, jumps, and more. So check them there. Check them out at Barry's Atto Parts. The number you can call them or WhatsApp them at 593-5226. You know. In the meantime, I want to big up my sister there tuning in from Peter Biddle. Big up those in Lomans, Leeward, and all these surrounding areas. You know, big up Leeward.
I know it's the season. Huh? I mean, Christmas is upon us. So Gecko has got the endless Christmas loan on. You can win daily prizes of $100 gas and grocery vouchers for the entire month of November and December. That's right. Win your share of $6,000 grand prize, pre-approved loans, and a whole lot more. Loaded with daily prizes. Gecko Limited, the Gecko Endless Christmas Loan is on. Of course, offer ends February 28th, 2023. Terms and conditions apply.
Yeah. Evelyn said they need to get him help or he will hurt someone only a matter of time. That is true.
But that again poses the question. I mean, it's like you were saying, police had to be better. Police had to do better. And then council said, well, there's a deficit in resources, right? You know, we don't have proper forensics, etc., etc. It's the same thing here. So what's happening with him getting mental health help? I mean, I was since I came, I think I was told, and this is a couple years ago, that there's no no resident psychiatrist.
Yeah, I think they had some issues with that. I don't know if that has been resolved, but you know that was an issue for a long time. You know what I mean? And it just seems like all these institutions really need some refreshment because they're struggling to, you know, achieve their objectives, as we can see in a lot of cases where you have, you know, so much persons having these issues. And I think oftentimes we see they go to the mental home, they will be treated for a while, but then it comes out and the problem still continues. And I don't know how much facility we have to deal with these, you know, because each mental cases are different. You know, you have those through drugs, you have those through stress, you know, like harm and all these things. And so much things, you know.
Make up your child, man.
Winston is in. Tell him medicinal good for stress, Mario. So
it's good for stress. But but again, so are you going to say that we should protest mental health workers now?
Well, they've been having protests.
Well, I don't know because you are protesting
with
everything
with mental health.
But what's the difference? The police have a deficit in training forensics procedure and stuff like that, and the mental health workers have a deficit in psychiatry.
So there's too much deficit, man.
Okay, but you don't want to protest them.
What the deficit there?
No, the mental health workers because you say you are protest police.
Yeah.
So if you are protest police, you want to protest mental health.
Put mental health in the list.
So you just protesting everybody that have a deficit, not the fact that there's a deficit. Yes.
Man, you trivializing my protest.
I'm not trivializing.
I protest for seriousness and against crime and violence and all these things, man.
You just protesting against
Super Dark send a voice note. Let me. You trivializing my protest, eh? These are the things that happen.
No, you just
go ahead. You talk your thing. You trivializing my. I show my friend
Listen,
like Angela and
Angela-
Nyla and them. They know how serious I am.
Yes, they do. They know how serious. But you see, Nyla would not just say I protesting.
Nyla, you could be Nyla on protest.
But she protests issues. She has a stance, a pure stand. You say you protesting crime. Like
Yeah, we protesting the increase in crime and violence. Nothing wrong with that. Protesting the increase in crime and violence. Nothing wrong with that at all. You
How
need
is
to
that
you
a
need to join me.
protest?
You need to join me in the protest action, and come
who
out.
you protesting?
Huh?
Who you protesting? Who? What?
I am telling you the lack of
Join him and any
the
picket
lack
line.
the lack by authorities and in terms of solving these crime. The you know what I mean? I have a problem with that. You know, we're not picking up anybody. We're not charging and arresting enough persons with enough sentencing conviction not taking place. We're not taking enough of
You
these
read a
people off the
story
street.
just now where somebody withdrew a complaint.
Yeah.
Right after the person was charged,
Right.
so you can't say that they weren't charged.
And I
The
told you
police came out
the
and they
solution to the
charged.
problem, you know, but you have a problem with my solution, you know. You see, the thing is, well, you gotta help me with these solutions. Help me.
You're a
Help me.
dictator. You're a dictator.
No, I looking at solutions.
You're a
I
dictator.
tired talking, you know. I tired talking. We need solutions.
But you're
We
talking crazy.
No, well, it's crazy for protest. Protest for better Vinci, as Angela said. We protesting, Angela. Send some funds. Let me start this thing on a bigger note. We have everything lined up. Just put anything. All right, super.
Yo, Fonando.
Aye.
I really appreciate that talk out in business so up on the radio and I'm to you, man. Yo, people come and stole me from my vehicle. I'm to you, man. You can't talk them to the on the radio. Everybody else never look for me in a vehicle now, and man, what kind of thing you make me go sell me vehicle now and go back on a ride for now. I'm to you, man. You talk about my business, man. Boom. Yo.
Good for you. Good for you. You want to protest?
Hey, super dog, you know, no, man, you soldier boy. You know, me not tell them what kind of vehicle you're driving.
Tonya, what do you mean he's right? He's protesting against
Yes, Mario, come on, no man, and you need to come out with me. Come out and Shady too know what I'm talking about.
Like you protesting against crime, you protesting against the police and the justice system.
Yeah, but them is the
what?
Those are the sources and the institutions that we are looking. Justice, they're supposed to be executing justice.
Don't you think it's better to stop it at the source than to keep solving crime?
Why is it so?
Stop the crime.
How? Yeah. But how? That's what I'm saying.
The people are the one committing the crime.
So,
stop the crime. Let them stop the crime. Stop committing crime.
So go look for the gunmen and so forth. How are I going to do it?
Talk to your friends.
No. I got friends. I talking to all my friends them about crime and violence. You know what I mean? But this thing is beyond the control of me going there, and we have to go out and say, yo, enough is enough. Enough
Who
is
you saying
enough.
that to?
The police, the authorities, we are paying you. We are paying you our money. We are paying you our hard-earned cash to go out and deal with these issues.
I just said police dealing with it. They charge somebody and then somebody, recant the charge. Now, how you could say the police not doing their job?
Well, they ain't doing their job at all. Because if I charge somebody and everybody coming forward and saying, no, I withdraw this, I withdraw that, and nothing could be done, just mean crime should remain. If all the crime that has been committed, all the killing and the gunman still running rampant, then the crime will remain. So you have no solution. I'm telling you where you have to go and pressure the authorities to do more and to solve these crimes. Enough is not being done. If Mario, do you agree that enough is not being done?
No.
Oh, jeez, man.
You just read a story. Again, I'm coming back to facts where police charge somebody. You say police don't charge anybody. They charge somebody. And then the complaining witness said, no bother, it's not a crime again. So how did police fail there? How did the police fail there?
What do you mean? You have enough evidence to convict the person, man. You keep asking me the question. Well, maybe there are some legal issues that needs to be addressed, and those in authorities they need to adjust that. Tanya is saying rich job the police doing, Mario. Bernadette also said Fonando protests the people who are doing nonsense as well.
You can't just say you're protesting. So then by right you're supposed to be circling all the drugsmen house too and say protesting
No,
crime.
well, I go
Protesting
go
crime.
beyond the street protesting that to stop the killing. You hear? I tell you, let's stop the killing. That was the chant.
Right. So
Stop the
if that
killing.
if they stop that, then you'd have no
No,
need
there
for
is a
just for-
multifaceted approach to these things. Crime
Okay.
will take
All
place.
right.
We know that crime will take place. So when crime takes place, those in the position to deal with it have to.
But don't you think it's better?
They're
But
not.
I just gave
So
you.
how Grenada
you
only have
read.
5
Mario,
murders?
you
How,
there-
how,
you-
how Grenada
wait,
only have
wait,
5
wait,
murders?
wait. Shady, you're there on the street and you see
But
what's going
yo,
on.
how Grenada only have 5 murders and we are at 36?
We ask the council about that, and we are not disputing that there is a mindset that needs to be changed.
Right.
Nobody is taking away from
But you
that.
think it better
but
you
it
stop
seems
it at
like
the source,
but
than to be solving crime,
listen,
solving
yes,
crime?
but I agree with that, Shady. That is not the only point I'm trying to make. I'm saying I agree with that, but where crime is being committed, we need to get some
Okay,
some
I understand
some
that.
convictions.
But you read a story just now where a crime was committed.
Yeah.
Police came out and charged the person.
Yeah.
The same thing you say police don't do. They come out and you say nobody just get charged.
No.
So people get charged.
Yeah.
Agreed? So
Yeah.
they did the job.
Well, in that case,
Okay,
you
okay,
might
hang
I-
on
yeah,
for a
yeah,
second.
Yeah.
And then you say, well, we don't hear anything going on with these people.
No.
So now you're hearing that the complaining witness withdrew the complaint.
Yeah.
So how much of that has been going on that you don't know about?
Well, I'm saying if that is a problem, and that is the point I'm also making, if that is a problem, which I think is a problem, that also needs to be addressed. And these are the factors. If you notice, I'm trying to get to. We have a caller. Caller, welcome to Boom.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Fonando, I hear what you say with the police,
Yeah.
Police don't prevent crime. Police solve crime.
Yes.
We're trying to get to the point where we're preventing crime and the DJ.
Wait. You said police. Wait. Did you just say police don't prevent crime? No, he just said that. He just said that.
Yeah, but
no,
do they?
I say
Police don't prevent crime. Police solve crime.
no. Yes, I'm saying
Yes.
that in this argument here.
Yeah.
If a police is somewhere, obviously, if a police is somewhere, I want to slap you off. The police could prevent me from slap you off.
Well,
But in this particular argument,
Mhm.
we're talking about oranges now.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? I understand what you're saying. He slap off scenario, me just get his apple.
Yeah.
All of them are fruit. All of them in the same category. But we're talking about one kind of fruit now.
Yeah.
As far as, and I get your point, it's a very valid point. Police actually do prevent crime.
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to say is, in this context, police solve any crime after it done happen. So the root of the problem, we have to figure out what caused crime.
Right.
We need to take a look at Grenada culturally and see why Grenadian people now kill each other at the rate that Vincentian people killing each other. That's a good case study for us as a country, not just authorities, to pay attention and see how come Grenada people now kill each other like we.
Right.
Are they not having the same weather? Are they drinking the same water?
Yeah.
Are they eating the same food? Are they praying to the same God? We have to figure out what they're doing that we are not doing,
Yeah.
or what we are doing that they are not doing. And maybe we could take something away from it. My wife went to Grenada Carnival by herself, and she felt absolutely safe.
Yeah.
If I send my wife St. Vincent, I have to tell she don't go there.
Yeah.
Don't go there. And me have people at St. Vincent that go protect my wife like they go protect.
Right.
Me for tell she don't go there. And that's the honest to God truth, big man. I go tell my wife, babe, don't go to section there, Vinci. After that, don't go to section there, Vinci. After that, don't go to section there, let you after that.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, she went Grenada by herself
No.
for Spice Mass. Never went and had an amazing time. Never felt threatened. So what is Grenada doing that we're not doing in St. Vincent and Grenadines? And like I said before, early on this program here, a lot of us know bad man friend. A lot of us take knowing a bad man friend as something of stature. But none of we now tell the bad man friend of them, big man is foolishness to depend. None of we now talk to be friend of them and tell our friend of them, big man, a stupidness you're doing. None of we now tell our friend, big man, you're talking about you're hungry, but you have a $3,000 gun in your possession and it's full of bullets.
Right.
But you're talking about St. Vincent hard. The man has some gun home a $1,500 and $1,600 for them gun them in able to talk about bullet and clip yet.
Yeah.
But yet them a talk about poverty. We have to change our mindset. Chronic say you can't be bad and hungry. And it's a lot of hungry man about the place a bad man.
Yeah. Yeah.
But where do we have this culture, the mental shift for people to not embrace badmanship? Because Carter say when badmanship capsized, everybody a ball. Now, if you look at the authorities, you have big man in power, tell gunshot and nothing harm to them. Man get shooting, he put nothing harm to them. Police knock down people and nothing harm to them. So when people see all these things happening and nothing happening to them, subconsciously, they feel like if Mario could do it, me could do it too.
Right.
If Fonando could do it, me could do it too.
Yeah.
So we have to really take hold of our country. That and then when I mentioned St. Vincent gone years ago where we make it top 20 murder per capita in the world, people cuss me and tell me a foolishness me depend, giving me all kind of statistics about Brooklyn.
Yeah.
But the problem is the root problem. And the last point I'm gonna make before I leave. We ignore problems in hopes that Jesus or God gonna come and solve them. We have to solve these things ourselves. We have to tap into our God within us and say, what would God do if all believe in a God so much and all have so much faith in a God? Tap into the godliness of all yourselves. And say what Jesus go do in the situation.
Right.
Because that's how we ignore problems. When I highlight issues, people say me fighting 10 minutes long. The first step of solving a problem is acknowledging the problem. So much of us say we never have no crime problem in a 10 minutes. Meanwhile, we top 20 in the world for murder for capita.
Right.
And people still think we not have crime problem in a St. Vincent. We having a drive-by shooting in small little St. Vincent.
Yes. Thanks. Yeah, absolutely, man.
Boy,
Thanks.
I know. It's a sad reality.
Yeah,
it's a sad reality, Jen.
It is. It is.
Big up ourselves.
Yeah, Max. Yeah. So I mean, the point I am making, and again, Mario, is where and counselor would have asked me about, what is the sufficient evidence. But I pointed out again, for those who are listening, the point I'm making is that when the police have sufficient evidence that they think they're confident they could secure a conviction and so forth, where you have in situation where the complainant is withdrawing at the last minute, probably for fear of being they're being threatened or some other thing, that there should be a situation and there should be more effort being made to pursue these cases or to hold these complainants responsible for their action, or something must be done to deter this act of persons not showing up, persons being fearful, giving the criminals a leeway to feel, well, I could threaten this person and doesn't face any repercussion after I've already committed a crime. So we have to find a way to bridge that loophole. You understand me? And that is the point I'm making. Rather than just saying every time somebody does not come forward, we're just gonna dismiss. If you catch where I'm coming from. So folks who are not listening, or if you just tune in, that is the point that I'm making, where you have in the police opinion, because the police has to know if they have sufficient evidence, if this complainant have already given them the information they need to secure conviction, and because of some reason the complainant is afraid to come forward and give their testimony and so forth, then there should be some situation, something needs to happen to prevent this from reoccurring. Otherwise than that, we're gonna still be in a problem where the criminals are getting off, and you know what I mean? We don't have a solution more than to let them go. Yeah. So that's the point I'm really making.
All right.
Yeah.
I hear you, sir. Jay Phillips on YouTube.
No.
Hey, Jay Phillips. Salutes to you as well, too. Jay Phillips says, life is for every man power and life to all here and all that's listening. We're all gods and goddesses. Thank you so much, buddy. Jay Phillips in the house.
Yeah.
Bird says we should give Max his own segment. He likes how it's thinking across. Okay, yeah, and then we're gonna take a top of the hour after we take the score.
Call back.
We got news coming up as well too, huh? So, humble one, Lewis. Big ups.
Yeah.
Yo, King Nando. You guys do Fonando.
King Nando, respect. You know,
someone says here the difference is the way the country is run with the comparison with Grenada and so forth. Someone else says we make the comparison to Greens, and yes, it's very low there, but Lucia to the north is bad same way. Maybe Greens is the exception to the rule. Maybe so, but it'll be good to take their best practices.
Yeah, most definitely, most definitely, and that is what we need: the best practices to combat these crimes. There's just too much of it taking place.
All right, okay, so we take a top of the hour and come back.
Someone was calling, but then we gotta take it.
Tired of it?
We are the.
Then let the SVG Teachers Cooperative Credit Union Limited put you in the driver's seat with our Drive Your Dream Vehicle Loan. With up to 5 years to repay and a low monthly interest rate of 0.5% on the reducing balance, it's a no-brainer. Call us at 457-2947 or visit tccusvg.com for more information or to schedule your loan appointment. SVG TCCU Limited, terms and conditions apply.
Protect the children. Yeah. Don't be afraid to speak out. Teach the kids their rights. Physical and sexual abuse must stop. Join me in this fight now. I want you to see suspect say among friends and families. See suspect say in the schools and communities. Children of the future, they depend on you.
Isn't it good to know that no matter where you are, you're covered? Covered by a company owned by Vincentians that understands your unique insurance needs. At Metrosint General Insurance Company, we've invested 50 years of service to guarantee that you have the peace of mind that you deserve. When it comes to motor vehicle, property, employer's liability, business insurance, and much more, we've got you covered. Our professional and friendly staff understands your needs and ensures you understand your options. Metrosint General Insurance Company. When it comes to motor vehicle, property, employer's liability, business insurance, and much more, we've got you covered. Our professional and friendly staff understands your needs and ensures you understand your options. Metrosint General Insurance Company. Call us today at 784-456-1821 or email us at metrosint@fintosurf.com.
General Hardware still has the best prices on steel, lumber, and plywood. So go on, compare prices. And if by chance you find a better price, no stress. Just talk to the General and they will beat that price plus give you special priority delivery. Yes, General Hardware offers free island-wide delivery on most purchases, so you never have to worry about getting your goods on site on time. Plus, shopping at General Hardware is a pleasant experience with friendly, knowledgeable staff always ready to serve. What more could you wish for, huh? So come to General Hardware for proper service, lowest prices, free delivery, and see why nobody beats the General. Nobody.
We are the trending station. We are the trending station.
Me say action movie. You don't know it go. Boom, 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 boom.
Home 1069.
It's raining. Umbrellas up. It's raining. Umbrellas up. Man born to win, champion never lost. It's raining. Umbrellas up. Man medal up. Some fly every door, not one them a shot. When me do my charge, imagine my can't do traffic, my power. Plus my charge, I got it, my bind, the bracket, no borrow. Any charge, me tap it, the boss, and nothing no follow. Man, I flash, no panic, my toe, pocket, never shallow, girl, I swallow. Can you lift up the fashion? I straight to the blood, money, water, I rock, got a lot of ammo, devil real, and them no understand you. Also big like it's a Malay private jet, too powerful, and you turn it on you till your shirt, but no people have to fan you. The wireless life, you know, man, a soldier without the camera. Cement up on the top, I'm a good lift up and farm. Fingers straight up on the pad, I'm a press it to them for and you can you. Take it to the it up and never make it fall. Tell my family do my best, me not forget it all. But my money enough, not stepping small. Pull up a wrecking ball. Umbrellas up, man medal up. Land cheddar up, me see the plan never look. It's raining. Umbrellas up. Straight to the top, my gas pedal up. It's raining. Umbrellas up, world no give a fuck. Nobody cares on the journey when you stop. It's raining. In a dream about this 4 series parkside, a 3-story. On the balcony living like a real tourist. I reminisce on the days me never mean no dish. She don't see me out a smiling how me feel about it. Real glory. Nothing to see me a man we do it so quick. Around the G already know them want to be around me. About the pressure start the whip and them speed up. It's hard for them keep up. Me I go hard and my song them a creep up. For real a reality my dream turn young go get a heavy get a youth hero. No what me want me I start from zero. No my bank account zero. See and me I tell you nothing never come free bro. You know so from me idea I'm a nick up. Yeah, one good. No one's a fi run, yeah. Focus on me, no slow on the front. Now go ever see soldier give up. I hope that me up, I can't hope that me down. Used to pour no way, and it's so poor on the ground. Never wait for nobody fi show just she out. So keep your comment forward, me post a picture. Plus me no my fault, me can't sober fi no never likes it. We are on the road and we young, nothing never regular when we totally no. Choppy never tell a lie, and totally so. From the phone I lift up, we are programmed it up. Tell a scream for the G, couple poor on the top. Yeah, lead by a mile is more than enough. 360 start the tour, I'm done. No. It a go hard for them keep up. Me I go hard and my song them a creep up. For real a reality, my dream turn young go get a heavy, get a youth hero. No what me want me I start from zero. Now my bank account zero. See, and me I tell you nothing never come free, bro. You know so from me idea I'm a nick up.
Bull 1069.
With the stories making news, brought to you with the kind compliments of Metrocin General Insurance, I'm Mario Ravello.
And I'm Fonando, and welcome to the Boom News Update. On the 1st of November 2022, police arrested and jointly charged Tevon Miller, 18-year-old mechanic of Belair, and Douglas Baptiste, 22-year-old laborer of Craigs, with the offense of wounding. Investigation revealed that the accused allegedly unlawfully and maliciously wounded an 18-year-old student of Clare Valley by stabbing him about his body with a pair of scissors. Douglas is also accused of allegedly damaging one brown and black wooden stool valued at $200 by smashing the same to the ground. The stool is the property of a 47-year-old businesswoman of Dorsetshire Hill. The incident occurred on the 1st at about 1:35 p.m. in Villa. The accused men are expected to appear before the Kingston Magistrate Court to answer the charges.
A Union Island man is in stable condition in hospital in Kingstown after being shot in the southern Grenadine Island on Sunday. Anthony Franklin, 30 of Clifton, Union Island, received a gunshot wound to the right side of his back. Franklin was reportedly shot during an altercation with another man, allegedly over a broken vehicle windshield. The alleged assailant was taken into custody. Sources said that the alleged shooter is believed to have thrown the firearm into the sea, but it is not clear whether it has been retrieved. And that's news here on Boom 1069 FM, brought to you with the compliments of Metrocin General Insurance. Keep it locked on as we inform as well as entertain.
Isn't it good to know that no matter where you are, you're covered by a company owned by Vincentians that understands your unique insurance needs? At Metrocin General Insurance Company, we've invested 50 years of service to guarantee that you have the peace of mind that you deserve. When it comes to motor vehicle, property, employer's liability, business insurance, and much more, we've got you covered. Our professional and friendly staff understands your needs and ensures you understand your options. Metrocin General Insurance Company. Call us today at 784-456-1821 or email us at metrocin@fintoserve.com.
with the load. Bring it from California town bus. First stop when me make a white plane. Steam some weed high grade. Brooklyn in at the place with the load. Bring it from California town bus. First stop when me make a white planes. Don't try take it, cause you will pay. My weed is my life. Now make you take my life away.
No pain, no pain. Give me a bag of the weed. No pain, no pain. Give me the sweet Cali weed.
Don't try take it, cause you will pay. My weed is my life. Now make you take my life away. Real bad money in the place. Champagne me a beat great water. 20 buckle of Johnny Walker. Johnny Vex panas like a rocket face. Raise up the chalice and me make the fire blaze. Coulda never take the molly that no day off his face. Lock off the wolf and the brownie done bake. Freedom of weed, so we do it a J.
No pain, no pain. Give me a bag of the weed. No pain, no pain. Give me the sweet Cali weed.
With the vibe, with the vibe, with the vibe, with the vibe, with the vibe number one. I'm with the vibe, with the vibe, with the vibe, with the vibe, with the vibe number two. I'm with the vibe, with the vibe, with the vibe, with the vibe, with the vibe number three. I'm with the vibe, with the vibe, with the vibe, with the vibe, with the vibe number four. Roll up your hand if you love and then you fashion and styling. Them with the see in the corner, all of them just a ball of dirty. Don't let me hear you say whoa. Yeah, yeah, with the vibe, 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 with the vibe number one. I'm with the vibe, 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 with the vibe. Don't let me hear you say whoa.
Feel to go way up on a mountain. So I show my pain in a fountain. With all of my flaws, we still potent. These are the sad part of the process. We get no far from perfect. Hurt people close to me when I deserve it. And that them feel me so worthless. Life full of lessons, I'm still a learning. Them I make enough mistake, now well. Just last week, I touched my best friend, girl. Wish the hands of time could turn. And all the bad memories would burn. Yo, Javi, me not perfect, my G. But you have a girl where would I do anything for me? I'ma still find myself out the road I cheat. With a girl where if I sick, wouldn't make my tea. Now I swear my mean, messed up individual. Wish me could have talked to God, but me not spiritual. Get a leap of love, but feelings not reciprocal. Damn, it's the inside, it's just a visual. Feel to go way up on a mountain. Wash out my pain in a fountain. With all of my flaws, we still potent. These are the sad part of the process. We get my far from perfect. Hurt people close to me when I deserve it. And I them feel me so worthless. Life full of lessons, I'm still a learner.
Me alone in the dark room. I'm not nobody to talk to. Just me, myself, and I and my shadow. Lights out. It's the darkest time for me. Lights out. My two hands out, but I just can't feel. Lights out. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na.
In the dark room, all in the roof, I'm a cave. See half moon, when I real them, see yourself, you to the realist on cartoon. Dark in the dark room, with a clip look like harpoon. Snakes on the bar shoes, I'm a can't move. Just get closer. Them a can't lose. Fight like what I want, pro to the use. Them man couldn't see no light, but I walk through. Dark truth, man beat the blackboard in the classroom. Yeah, we not see no light, yeah, we couldn't be polite. Love it that, couldn't put my problems for video light. Me not right, if you want me reason, just bring a mic. Only realize when me a fight.
Say I'm me alone in the dark room. I'm not nobody to talk to. Just me, myself, and I and my shadow. Lights out. It's the darkest time for me. Lights out. My two hands out, but I just can't feel. Lights out. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na.
Boom 1069.
Yeah. Yeah. Turn that.
The instruments are kind of,
it's kicking like Chuck Norris.
Yeah.
No, it's good though. It's good.
I can hear Nate Dogg on the track. I can hear Nate Dogg on the track.
Yeah.
He says smooth.
Set up yourself, man. Yeah, greetings to everyone out there. Trini Vinci. Yeah, she's
Always
based in
locked
the
on.
US, always locked on, man. Big her up. You know what I mean? Big up everybody in general. Those who are traveling in the vans, those who are at their workplace. You know, big up those on the live. We're asking you again to share the live.
Share it up.
Yeah,
Share it out.
we have Pastor coming up, you know,
In
a while from now, in a few minutes from now.
We want to say hi to the Grenadine Islands as well, to all the Grenadine Islands. Come
Union
on,
Island.
send things up. You say in Union Island, who? But nobody from Union calling and saying, Shady.
I think we gotta watch it for line more.
Yeah. You gotta keep your eye on it. That's why you behind there, you know. That's why. You know, it seems like Santa brought a gift early this year for you. Yeah. Plan and enjoy this Christmas season with KCCU's Cashmas. Say it with me. KCCU Cashmas. You're supposed to say it with me. You see, you're not paying attention.
Okay, let me go again.
KCCU Cashmas. That's right. Get up to $20,000. That's right. $20,000 this Christmas season with our Christmas loan Cashmas. A loan designed with a super low interest rate.
Yeah.
Understand what I said? And not just low, not kind of low. All right. Low. It's a super low interest rate. All right. Wow, okay. Of 9% with absolutely no payment till January 2023. New member, not a problem. Same day approval. Call 457-2409 and visit KCCU Limited at Granby Street, Kingstown today and have yourself a Merry Cashmas, all right? Awesome, KCCU terms and conditions apply.
Yeah.
I know, Pastor.
We have some comments here. Bart said a recent study was done in Grenada and how they vote. It was discovered that they don't vote for plywood, good reggae artists, and for their favorite color. Rather, they focus on issue that would make the country better.
You know,
that's Bart take on.
Keith was there for a good while.
Yeah. Leroy Chuck say good morning, my people. And Angela say hello. Zeev is in the house. Zeev.
Morning, Cleve.
Somebody said we should call it Grenada and the Grenadines because we're always making reference to Grenada. I like it. But you know, this isn't the first time I've heard about that galvanized and cement and lumber thing. Is there any truth to that? Is that
the galvanized and cement lumber
that's what the sway votes?
Boy, I really don't know. You know,
I don't. Think so.
Really don't know. Boy.
Can't be. You can. Anyways, we don't say anything. Yeah. Also, a little road work.
Yeah.
Twice a year, $40 a day. All right.
Yeah.
Your real files, you know, Angela. Humble One Lewis. Yes, it was me. That was on the beach Sunday. That was at Salt Pond. Son. I was properly medicated. It was good.
Winston said, big up the whole of Vinci except some of them Central Leeward man. You did me afraid. Boy. I think that is showing shade. There is some video that is leaked, that is being leaked. Well, it's out there. I would say that is leaked, and it seems to have somebody from that area, making some sort of comments. And
how you know it's somebody from that area if it's a voice note?
Yeah, I said it seems because they've been calling. From most indication that I've seen, and in relation to it, they're accusing somebody in Central Leeward. Most of the comments and so forth. So I don't know where.
Are you talking about the entertainer that they're blaming?
Yeah, but no. The entertainer is not them. No, they're saying it's not the entertainer. They're saying it's someone in that area. I think persons apparently know who is that person. We ain't going to call no name or what's not, but there's a video going around as a voice note, and a series of voice notes with some
Yeah, we got to figure that out
Yeah,
before we come and talk about that. See who do it.
Yeah. What we have up here, Angela.
She say, yes, Mario, galvanized cement and lumber.
Yeah, somebody.
You know what you're saying? Let me not repeat this before I go. Before I get deported.
Yeah. Somebody's asking if you think the Prime Minister and the Commissioner is doing a good job, Mario.
If I think the Prime Minister and the Commissioner is doing a good job. See, this is going to cause all kinds of chaos, because I can only go from my point of view and be my experience, and you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And
Think
in
about
my,
you, think about you,
you know, but in my experience, in all my dealings with it, I'm a CARICOM national, huh?
Yeah, CARICOM national. Mario says he's a CARICOM national.
But no, again, I can only go for my experience. What I've seen, what I've experienced thus far. That I've seen a lot of folks raise plights. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of folks have concerns, justifiable concerns, right?
But
does it mean to me that the PM or the commissioner isn't doing a good job? No, it doesn't. Because I always like to unpack things and look for, like I said, the reasons behind why things are going a certain way. And if after my digging, searchings, asking questions of the going to the source and not just taking people like you and Jose view for it.
No, don't show me that. I actually, Mario, from all accounts, you could see I try to weigh these things very carefully. But
I don't know what kind of scale you have if you're saying you weigh it carefully.
It doesn't mean I'm not gonna, express things that I see. And most of what I speak about is from experience and from seeing. And then persons would have they would be angry with you for your opinion, and it's okay. It's everybody cannot see on the same line, and everybody cannot be on the same.
So
station.
you peep in my window, right?
Yeah.
And you see me choking somebody.
Yeah.
What's your first impression? Oh, Mario killing the girl.
Yeah.
But you don't know if it's
But
autoerotic.
but the impression.
No, but what I'm saying is, all you're getting is an impression. If you're running with an impression, that's you can't run with an impression. You take the impression and then you find the facts behind the impression. So you don't come and irresponsibly say, "Well, this is the impression." You
Who
can't
does
say
that? Who does that? Somebody does that?
I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah.
You can't do that. I'm not blaming anyone. I'm saying this is what you cannot do. You can't run with an impression. You see the impression, it informs you of a situation, and then you investigate. Because if you're coming in from the looking glass, you're only seeing a small portion of the picture.
Mm-hmm.
And unless you can understand the whole picture, that's the only way you can make a judgment on it.
Yeah.
But that sounds like you're just waiting for me just to stop talking.
No,
so you
I am listening. I'm listening. You see it as what jam in, and when I give me opinion, you see, and you people are vexed with me, and people are vexed with you, and all these things. But no, I could. The impression that you're giving me, I could make something of that impression. You know what I mean? So I mean, you can't say you can go off of the impression, because if I see you screw up your face and I passing and you're pushing up your chest, I'm under the impression that you don't like me or you have some issues with me.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
and then what would you do?
That is the impression that you're giving me.
And then what would you do?
Well, I would pass my way. You know what I mean?
So you wouldn't ask what was the problem?
Based on the relationship that I have with you. You know what I mean? I would think I would engage you based on the relationship. But if generally me and you are not this kind of tight, and it's probably something that was said in the past as well, and you heard something and then you see this person acting off of it. So it's things that you analyze. And I often, when you say I come and make something, I have to analyze something. There's always need for following up and all that. But there are persons out there with the information as well. And you ask yourself, why are they not coming forward with this information? Sometimes you hear a person saying this, but you don't want to come forward with the information. But if somebody raises an issue, then someone else tend to get a problem with you raising the issue. Right. And the only way we could adjust a lot of these issues is by raising them, and everybody's going to be comfortable. I know.
But it's how are you raising the issue is what I'm saying.
No, it doesn't
I've got-
matter how you raise it. People
It
are
matters
always
how
gonna.
you
No,
raise
but
it.
I understand. But what I'm saying, the persons are always gonna find some issue, whether or not you raise it good, bad, whether or not indifference. There are always somebody who's gonna raise the thing. But you have to, I guess, ensure that you're doing it in a balanced way that
Yeah,
most
a
persons
responsible way.
could
That's what-
think.
that's-
You know
that's
what I
all I'm
mean?
saying.
Yeah. So when I come here, I just come with that being on the street, being on
Yeah.
the ground,
Yeah.
seeing what is going on, being concerned. Because if we have 30 something plus, we have 36 homicide,
Right.
and a lot of them is are not being solved, then that is a cause for concern. And if somebody have problem with me highlighting this, expressing concern, or even trying to find solutions towards this problem without them themselves not even contributing, then they are part of the problem. You know what I mean?
After you drink your tea and settle down, I'll talk to you.
No. I properly settle, man. I properly settle.
All right, sir. And don't forget, Dr. Richards comes up in a few minutes, in about 15 minutes time or so. Yeah, we've got a voice. Is it not a voice note? No.
Somebody's asking. So Mario, if I see you choking a man through a window, you think we will
Choking a
deem?
man? I never say anything about choking no man. That wasn't the situation that I bring up.
No, he's asking your question. So he's saying, so Mario, if I see you choking a man through a window, you think we will deem that as erratic?
As erotic? I don't know what you'll deem that as. I don't know what you.
Another person said, if it walk like a duck, quack like a duck, guess what is a duck?
No, it could be a goose. It could.
I like
It could
that.
be a
but-
goose. It
but-
could be a. It could be a Canadian.
a Canadian one.
You know what I'm saying?
But-
a
but-
loon. It could be
So
all kind of things.
I think I don't know. I don't know if you was responding to the question there before I read that.
Well, no. I don't know. I don't know why I'd be choking a man. You just threw me off with that. I was talking about choking a woman. I never
It
said
doesn't matter.
choking a-
It's choking somebody. I think they're just saying choking somebody. You know what I mean? So obviously the mind will make you believe that something.
But okay, nothing is wrong with you believing that something's afoot.
Yeah.
But you have to investigate it.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can't just run around and say, Mario choking real man in the bedroom. You can't just do that. You have to find out what's going on. You can't just do that.
If you see windows start breaking out and these things, then you probably say something is really, really bad, But I understand what you're saying, perception and seeing things, but these things do guide your thoughts, and if you try to analyze things, you will get information from what you see, and
nothing is wrong with getting an opinion.
Yeah.
Right, but your opinion is just that. It's your interpretation of the events that you're seeing.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean it's right.
But
man, throw me off with that choke, man. Like, huh?
No, I mean, if somebody could enter your home and try to, commit a crime. So, you know what I mean? There's a fact you could show you. I don't know why you find that issue that you're choking a man throwing. You see, I think it's based on what you were trying to imply. And then the person turn it around, because you were trying to say, it could be a situation where it's erratic and, the person is saying, well, man, I like that one. Man, we got to jump out for, a break. Pasta is coming up soon. But you're locking it down with Boom 106.9, Fonando in the house, Mario in the house, Shady. And all those who are listening, stay tuned. Yeah.
General Hardware still has the best prices on steel, lumber.
Isn't it good to know that no matter where you are, you're covered by a company owned by Vincentians that understands your unique insurance needs? At Metrosint General Insurance Company, we've invested 50 years of service to guarantee that you have the peace of mind that you deserve. When it comes to motor vehicle, property, employer's liability, business insurance, and much more, we've got you covered. Our professional and friendly staff understands your needs and ensures you understand your options. Metrosint General Insurance Company.
No nobody beats the General. Nobody.
Here's a chance to win with your favorite credit union. It's the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Teachers Cooperative Credit Union Limited 45th Anniversary Theme Competition. All members of the credit union are invited to submit their themes for the credit union's 45th anniversary, which will be celebrated in 2023. All theme ideas should be submitted by...
When you top it up, switch it up, style it up, on the love. Easy wins with love.
Get the easy summer vibes with over $70,000 in cash and prizes. Just top up $10 or more. Activate a prepaid plan. Switch to Flow or bundle your home services to get your share of $70,000 in cash, data, Samsung Galaxy devices, shopping vouchers, and more.
You can win when you top it up, switch it up, style it up, on the love. Easy wins with love.
Low terms and conditions apply.
TT Dragon. This is my baby. I call her Becky. She gives me the best ride ever. My name is Storyboy Nick, and I live to ride my AKT.
Gecko is fully loaded. We're dropping daily prices on you this season. For the entire months of November and December, you can win $100 gas and grocery vouchers. Members who qualify will also benefit from pre-approval loans and still be eligible to win their share of a grand prize of $6,000 in 2023. So, what are you waiting for? Visit any Gecko branch nationwide and get in on our endless Christmas loan today. It's all for you from Gecko in our endless Christmas loan promotion.
1069.
Oh Lord. I'm living for you once more. They really down now. Can't cool enough, can't water down enough. Not compromise, no time enough. Give it up. A big man like you, rip up a 6-year-old baby. A big man like you, Papa, you're gonna put 9 on a little old lady. A big man like you, born down a school and I talk about your man sick and crazy. But when God hold you, no if, no, no, but no matter, tell the Almighty, but maybe. Yes, them a lie, them. For the negative vibes when them a bring, yes, them a lie, them. Me come to mash up and wreck up them senseless killing. Yes, them a lie, them. Boy, you reverse with them bag of gun thing. Yes, them a lie, them. Stand here and come out of the wages of sin. So me see it, so me have to talk it. Out the rocky, but me still have to go walk it. You love your life, sit down and park it. And stop carry water in a basket. So me have to drop for all the Moses law. I feel I am not enough for who know push it till blood start draw. All the ranks, boy, you have to pay for. Yes, them and lie, them. All the negative vibes when them a bring. Yes, them and lie, them. Me come to mash up and wreck up them senseless killing. Yes, them and lie, them. Boy, you feel reverse with them bag of gun thing. Yes, them and lie, them. Stand here, them come out of the wages of sin.
None of them can stop your time. All run the wicked man a keep up them crime. None of them can stop your time. I got to this time, man. Hey! None of them can stop your time. All run the wicked man a keep up them crime. Me see them can't stop your time. I got to this time.
Babylon fighting against poor people. But it's good over evil. Wicked men fighting against poor people. But it's good over evil. Wow! Police oppression. Them kill the ghetto youths with the queen weapon. Police oppression. But stop the ghetto youths, that is out of the pan. Police oppression. Mr. Babylon, the Rasta man a step on. Police oppression. When you heard the ghetto youths, them no learn no lesson. Wicked man, don't walk with the youths them. Rasta man, we have to chant for the youths them. Rasta man, we have to plan for the youths them. Babylon go in the dark with the youths them. Sister Kalonji have to ask for the youths them. Sister Kalonji have to talk for the youths them. Move smart for the youths them. Rasta man a rod for the youths them.
Police oppression. Them kill the ghetto youths with the coke weapons. Burn. Police oppression. We stop the poor people, that is how you depend. Police oppression. All them corruption, the rest of man a step on. Police oppression. We don't trust Babylon, we don't just say that.
Oh, it ain't no one to guess. No more than you believe that. Showing you all my imperfections. Oh, there's a lot you don't take me for granted. Yeah, it's so much more than you could manage. Yeah. Oh, we could be honest. Closer to me, oh, give it makes sense. Promise that you won't let me go. Holding me tight, loving me right, giving me life, all that you could be. Telling me lies, making me cry, missing myself the whole time, so just be. Would you take for granted? Yeah. For the world, please know you could do damage.
But here comes the girl. I do it for my grandpa, who taught me to be strong. I do it for my grandma, I just wanna make you proud. Cause when you're down, they love to see you frown. But when you reach the top, they just get ready to pull you down. When you pray for other people in your life, can you sing a special one for I am there? Seems like the eye that they fly, the enemy's coming from left to right. When you pray, the bullets will fade away.
Hey guys, morning Simmons and Grains. One concern I always have with the court system, the perpetrator of the crime, mainly murder and other things, rape and so, the option for that person not to take the stand. That is the person with the most information. Why they should have an option not to take this stand?
Right.
I think if they are involved, they are the most important witness. They should be compelled to take the stand. I like to hear Jomo take on it.
Mario?
Well, that's basically what Jomo had said, right? He had said that you can be compelled, made a hostile witness and so forth, and they can do it that way. In certain cases, that happens, right? But
like
that's not
done in a
that's not done regularly.
Yeah, and that is the point I was trying to make.
Yeah, but it has to hit a certain threshold for you to do that. That's what Jomo was saying as well too. It has to hit a certain threshold. I mean, you can't do that because like the story where you read just now, where the man hurt his girlfriend or something like that, and then
he caused bodily harm.
Yeah, that's that's hurting.
Yeah. And it wasn't his girlfriend.
Okay.
It was a resident of
Okay, okay. Yeah. Okay, he caused bodily harm. And then the complaining witness withdrew it. Right. Then there was nothing they could do. So I understand the standpoint that you guys are coming from, right? But still, it's a society of laws, and if the laws don't don't allow for that, and rightfully so, because I still think that's a scary situation where folks can just say, I think that I have enough to just prosecute you still.
So you prefer that person who commit the offense getting away?
I don't prefer one over the other. I prefer that my rights are secured. That's what I prefer.
Winston said a hostile witness doesn't make a good witness.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Let me say something that's gonna make your belly feel good right now. Woodsy in Brooklyn, New York. They've got the restaurant. They're open on 1133 Clarkson Avenue, Brooklyn, New York, 11212. You can get appetizers, man. Pulled chicken sliders, dog.
Yeah.
You can get wings and things. You can get nuggets. You can get kids packs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mozzarella sticks. guacamole, plantain chips, all kinds of things. Plus, they have chicken, rice, and peas. They have the all-American burger. Try it with some blue cheese. Trust me, tastes good like that. All right. Woodsy Barn Restaurant open 1133 Clarkson Avenue, Brooklyn, New York 11212.
But is asking you to retract that statement.
Which one?
It's Society of Law.
I can't win you.
Evelyn say, when they take the stand, you could pressure them until they talk. Someone say, well,
pressure them until they talk.
Someone say, well, you're defending them a lot.
I'm not defending them. Hey.
No, there are other persons in your corner.
I get mash up here.
You have some person who was saying you're right, and you know.
I just say,
yeah,
you have to. There's still rules. So what's to stop somebody from coming and saying, "Fonando, I have enough on you, and pull you out your bed and throw you in jail"?
No. That is not how the justice system supposed to work.
It's not supposed to work the way you want it to work as well.
No, I'm trying. It's supposed to work for the people. It is supposed to work when there is a crime being that is committed and you have enough information. That is just how I say it's supposed to work. But to each their own. I mean, you know what I mean?
Each their own.
All
right. 4511069. Join the discussion. 4551069. That's the WhatsApp number. Send in your voice notes like Super Demas did earlier. It seems like Santa brought a gift for us early this year because you can plan and enjoy this Christmas season with the KCCU Cashmas. That's right. Get up to $20,000. That's right. Wow. $20,000. That's 20 K's in it.
20K.
Yeah, that's right. Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, 20.
That got to make it. 20K.
Yeah. That's a serious thing. This Christmas season with our Christmas loan Cashmas. That's right. A loan designed with a super low interest rate. It'll low like a limbo of 9% with absolutely no payment till January 2023. None whatsoever. New member, not a problem. Same day approval for you and for you and for you.
Yeah.
That's right. Call 457-2409 and visit KCCU Limited at Granby Street in Kingstown today and have yourself a Merry Cashmas.
Let me ask you a question before Pastor come in. When you get paid, is there a ritual you like to follow? Do you do any particular thing when?
I take a picture of the money because I know in 2 minutes I'm not gonna have it. That's my ritual.
For me, man, I eat. I buy food.
You eat?
Yeah, I eat.
Can't even do that.
I eat any. I just eat what I feel like to eat.
I can't even do that. I can't do that.
You know what I mean?
I just take a picture of the money and say, well, I used to have this.
If I eat a good food, boy, I eat a good food for enjoying money.
Bobby.
Ping pong. But you know, good solid food with goat meat and all these things. I like curry goat a lot.
Who did missing good? The commissioner?
The commissioner is missing good. We got the commissioner, boy. All right. Now we have the big man backstage, and he has a lot to unpack as usual. Yeah, line him up. Yeah. Yeah, you see. Yeah, line him up. All right.
Let's check in with the doc and look at things with a wider lens. Pastor Richards on OMG.
Boy.
Morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Hey, everybody. Morning. Fernando.
Hey.
Boy, taking you looks like a man.
What legs? You China psychology.
Mario brought this.
You see the guy in the leaks. And you turn it off on Fonando.
Mario brought this.
The man is getting licks left, right, and center.
You know what? Don't stop all. Today's voting day. So today's voting day in the US. Do a little opinion poll and see. Really thunder today.
I confident of victory, man.
Oh, Mario really coming on. Right? You know, Mario like he think like Page. He did course 101 with my playbook there, boy. You ask him, I can't really say. You know, I have to really assess and Mario boy, taking the responsible approach. Let me not jump in here with the opinion. Mario, I have a question for you. I don't answer me honestly.
That is Mario. Or
yes,
me?
sir.
Yeah.
Mario.
Well, all of a sudden Mario gets scared now.
Oh God.
Mario, that line look like a limbo. Is it in the ad?
No, suddenly.
I'm like, boy, everybody should be rushing down Mario to read their ads. Mario, you could ad lib with the best of them. The interest low, 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 low like a limbo. I feel real when I listen to that. I mean, Mario really did a great job with it, but I was real conflicted. Like, you
I
see,
see. I know that was
because
gonna
of,
happen.
yeah, you know what my conflict is, right? My association from with Boom from the very inception, and Boom, these ads pay salaries. You understand? These ads pay stuff on my station. So when I say my station, wait, I'm not the share.
Ah,
But
It's your
the
station, man. It's all of our station. And I
yeah,
think, I
so
think, I think to strengthen your point,
mm,
I mean, as you said, you could take loan, but for the right
right reasons.
reasons.
yeah, but
Remember, you
yeah, it's
told me
like,
that.
boy.
Yeah.
And yeah, by the way, in some of the companies offering loans and stuff, some of them are more responsible than the others. Oh,
Yeah.
by the way, if you're listening to this, I'm throwing back to what I said about consumerism,
Yes.
consumption, predatory loans being offered, manipulating and exploiting the poverty of people to offer them loans when you know fully well that these people should not be taking loans, and the
Yeah.
kind of noose that you put around people's neck, you basically sabotage their future. And how responsible of a commercial institution can you be
Right.
when you sabotage the future of a poor man
Absolutely.
so that you could
Absolutely.
gain profit? And I that's a principled position of
Mm-hmm.
mine. So when I hear these ads on my station here, I am conflicted. I'm like, boy, maybe I should have, but I can't shut my mouth. That's the thing, Mario. So y'all ban me for a couple of months until Christmas done. All right.
Listen to this guy. No. Your point of view is important.
Yes, and
It is. It is, and it's not done with any malice in mind. It's about building a nation.
and
You
we
know.
need
Yeah.
So
we need
And,
Jesus
as
in our Christmas.
oh gosh, Fernando boy,
So we can
and as Fernando rightly said, I didn't tell people don't take loans. I
right.
said be
Yes,
more
yes,
thoughtful
yes.
and take the loans for the right reasons. All right.
Right.
So
exactly. So
Exactly.
that's my
Exactly.
exactly.
little way out of that. All right. Now, okay, I have a difficulty
Mm-hmm.
starting anything, and this is such poor discipline.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ashamed to talk about it. I have a difficulty starting anything on this station and continuing it because
Oh wow.
these red herrings that keep coming up. I start talking about nation building, I had to go something else. I started talking about GDP and the difference between
You
GDP
got
and GNP, I had to go something. I start talking about seven what I can't remember. I
Seven
said
pillars of what is it?
yeah. If I were to change anything about our people, because my nature is and my spiel is how can we change people? I'm like, okay, let me say seven things. If I could change anything about Vinci, okay, well, I'm saying we this and we that. I'm just saying, just if, okay, just if hypothesize with me, if I could change anything about our Vinci people to make us better, what things will I change? Mario, go ahead and ask me. Okay, so I'm glad you asked me. I am glad you asked me what. Now everybody's listening. Now, what things would I change? Now I gave you one already because I think in changing that, if I could retweak, recalibrate our tendency towards consumerism, I would have done a good. All right. Now the second thing that I would like to change, if given the opportunity, is the tendency to mediocrity. And I alluded to it a couple of days ago when I read from Collins' book, Good to Great. And no, that's not the book that I read from. What's the name of the book I read from? It's right there on my shelf. Built to Last. But I made reference to another book that Jim Collins out of Stanford wrote, which is Good to Great. And he said this, that good is the enemy of great. Once we can, if Mario on the station can get to be operational and functional, it sabotages because we settle. By the way, I'm not saying Boom does this. I'm just
Yeah.
emphasizing. We settle with what is acceptable. All right. There's a tendency across the board, not just here in St. Vincent, but there's a tendency across the board to settle with what is acceptable. Even in relationship, you know that she's going to settle for X, Y, and Z. So you don't really go the distance. You don't open doors for her. You don't, take her out often. You don't bring the flowers. All of the other things, because you have her locked down. Shady. Okay, Shady needs this, all right? So you have a lot of, so even in relationship, I hear all the time, guys are just given average or guys are given mediocre. But in terms of being an off-the-chart guy, why do that? What's the thing? Why something with the milk and the cow and something, Mario?
Why buy the cow when you can have the milk for free?
Okay, then. So, I can get it right. Okay, so you straighten me out there. Mediocrity is a problem in our country. I see it all across the board. There's very little pride in giving our best, because giving our best is like an over investment of scarce resources. All right. Why put all the ingredients that you should put in a bottle of punch of cream? Christmas coming up. Some punch of cream. Why put all the ingredients you could put in it when you could put a little color and make it look cream and sell it for the same price?
They want it to taste good and everything, man.
Yeah, but they're gonna buy it. Okay. Why listen, they're gonna buy it, they see it on the shelf, they see it looking really good. They're gonna buy it. They're gonna buy your product. All right. You don't have to go the distance. You don't have to offer the very best of service in a store. People are still going to come in. So why invest in customer training? Why invest in taking extra time with additional customer when time is money? Why go the distance when you will get your product sold anyway?
To be better than the rest. To be
But
better.
better than the rest, don't put money in your pocket.
Oh, really? You don't think so? Well, I mean, I'm just thinking. I don't know. Maybe I'm lost in it a bit, but I'm just thinking that if you're doing better customer service, more persons would tend to gravitate to your business and so forth.
Yeah, but do you see that being practiced? That's all I'm asking. I'm not dealing in idealism. I agree with you, but I'm saying when you encounter, you hire a guy to come cut your yard, or you hire a guy to fix a car or something. Just about all across the spectrum of commercial activity in St. Vincent and other activities, do you see that people just drive themselves to excel over and beyond?
In a few cases, I see that. I tend to go back to Coates. When I was working at Coates, there was so much involved in customer service training, emphasizing the importance of all that and how to deal with customers in general. I think they were very much, I could say from that experience. I don't know how often. I think probably it's not as often as it's supposed to be. But I just could point out to a few institutions that I see they're making serious effort with regards to that.
Institutionally, but across the mindset of the very one, I'm talking about the Vince people, not the institution,
people in
but
general.
our people themselves. My thing is that we could do better rather than. I'll show you something, and this is a principle of mine ever since I was a young fellow. There were a bunch of us who in grammar school, and we felt like the standard was not the homework given to us, the bare minimum, and we would take the math book, all right, and we would do every single exercise in the math book, chapter by chapter. If we are doing trigonometry, then we would get the basics, and then yes, we will do our homework, but over and beyond, we would do every single trigonometry issue. If we are doing world geography, we'll do that. If we are doing vectors and matrices, that's what we would do. Whatever the topic was, we would do absolutely every question that was available. And sometimes we would go outside, we would outsource and get other material and do it. Always this mindset that I am not going to be average. I know where these guys are today, and they're hardly average people. Why? Because they always had a mindset. I am not going to do what is expected of me. I am going to push myself to be all I can become. And that is a mindset towards excellence. Generally, it goes outside of studies, but I'm sure it is very applicable to studies that the students who rise to the top are not the students who dot the I's and cross the T's and do what is good enough. Because once you're doing what is good enough, and what you can get by with, then it becomes the enemy that sabotages your trajectory to greatness. You can't do what people accept, and you can't do what you get by with. Another case in point that I see this attitude coming out, and ladies and gentlemen, and my fellow Vincentians, tell me if I am wrong in saying we have to overcome this hurdle of tendency, I'm marking my words, tendency towards mediocrity. I see it, for example, in the way people show up for work. Lateness without excuse, and it becomes epidemic, maybe pandemic. The
They say that
way
there's a 15-minute grace period because you're in Vinci. That's what I hear.
people make excuses. One of the things as a leader, I do have, even in a volunteer organization like a church, I have people that I try to direct, and I said, never ever, don't come to me. You something like it sounds harsh, but I teach them, don't come to me and say, well, I was supposed to do this, but this happened and that happened and that happened, and I could not do it. Because what I have found is that once a legitimate and plausible excuse can be offered, people can take it in the place of performing with sacrifice and excellence. You missed what I just said. Once a really good excuse can be offered, people tend to take it, make the excuse because they know it will be accepted, rather than to proceed and push themselves to make the sacrifice and do something. I was a teacher for many years of my life, adjunct lecturer at the college here in St. Vincent for a few years, for people coming in the evenings. And one of the things that there's a difficulty coming in the evening. So one of the things that I used to do, the students hated me. I think all of my students, most of my students probably hated me while they were in my class, while I was lecturing, and then they loved me afterwards and stuff like that. But they hated me because I would make a very substantial portion of their grade, not academics, not how they performed on a test and all these kind of things, because anybody could go pick up cram and I was teaching them more than what was in the book. In fact, if all I was teaching them was in the book, you don't need me. You could go sit at home and scroll and get the information. So that's not what I was there for. I was there to shape and form them. And one of the things that I would do is put a very high percentage of their final grade in terms of their attitude towards class, lateness, and attendance. And I would dock them heavily, so they could drop from an A to a C easily if they were not consistent in attendance and punctuality and all of that. And I told them, come in for my class. If my class started at 5 o'clock in the evening, if you come at 5 o'clock for my class, I'm going to hit you. When I say hit you, you losing points. There's no how you could come through my door at 5 o'clock. And my class starts at 5 o'clock. You interrupt in my class, you're getting settled.
How are you going to be prepared?
But
it's true.
But
the teacher with Blue Thunder.
Oh gosh, you had to bring that
in your backside. He said he was an excellent teacher.
But you could say, no, but they didn't like me at this time, because I'm disciplined. I push people. And I have a bunch of people that still working at the Ministry of Planning, Central Planning, Finance, and thing and on. And I mean, I push them hard, but they're some of our best statisticians and planners, economic planners, and all of that we have in the country. But I'm telling you, they know I push them hard. I mean, I push them like double what any other teacher probably would push.
He was an excellent teacher.
But the point that I'm bringing is that, and I told them, outside of a death, I mean, you couldn't come and tell me rain coming and I'm late for class. Man, walk through the rain, get an umbrella, do something. People accept, and employers and other people in position accept these excuses. So once you're accepting these excuses, people are not going to push themselves. I lived overseas for a little bit, not very long. I lived overseas for a little bit where I was doing different levels of study, so I had to be there. It was easier for me. And I'm telling you, one of the things that marked is that I never missed a class. In my undergrad, I never missed a class. My first master's, never missed a class. Second master's, never missed a class. Doctoral seminars, never missed. You're talking about years and years of study. A whole heap of things happened there. There was a time I didn't have a car when I just got there. And I would walk from married student housing, and when it was snowing, because this was my first time in the United States, or storming or whatever, I made it to class ahead of time. You can't make it on time. I made it to class ahead of time. I sat there and waited on my professor. We are not talking about a 1 month of doing this. We are talking about an extended period of disciplined pursuit. You don't offer excuses. I remember one time I had to deliver a presentation. I'm sorry if I'm talking about me. That was not even the intention. I had to present in one of my master's seminars. I did a project and had to do a presentation, but had a problem with my tooth. And I had to, that day, it just so happened on that day, I had to go and do a root canal, and they drugged me up, and I think there were some problems with it. So they had to go give me a second dose of Novocaine, or well, I suspected it may have been that. No, it was not that. It was morphine. I'm glad I'm not hooked. I'm glad I'm not hooked.
Wow.
And by the time they were through with me, because there was some problem with the root canal, by the time they were through with me, I was in no condition to go do the class and deliver the seminar. If you understand how master seminars go, you lead, you make your presentation, you respond to questions. I am telling you, when I walked in that room, it seemed that my perception was altered. The room seemed to be a different color. I was disoriented, but I didn't make an excuse, Mario. I presented. I had every reason to make an excuse, but my thing is that is what average people do. Average people make excuses. One of the adages when I'm called to speak to young boys like I did at grammar school the other, one of the things I told them, in order to be outstanding, you can't be sitting. In other words, if you are going to fit in, you can stand out. So make your choice. If you fit in with ordinary and do what ordinary people do and make excuses like ordinary people, you will be ordinary.
Start to get
The
some
way,
advice for the young
yeah,
boys.
the way to be extraordinary is to be different from the ordinary. It ain't rocket science. Anyhow, you are doing what ordinary stations are doing. Anyhow, you're doing what ordinary people who set up their carts around town to sell. Anyhow, you're doing what they're doing. Anyhow, you put out a food tray to sell alongside the road, or anyhow you do anything, and everybody else is doing it just like you. You too, you become ordinary. You had to do something ordinary. You had to clean up around where you set up your food tray. You had to plant some flowers. You had to keep that surrounding clean. Guys, I could go on and on whole day about this, but I think I am out of
Yeah, the
time.
time. Yeah.
But let me tell you this. What was my problem? Because some of you now begin to understand my earlier comments about the West Indies, which I was heartened to see after the recent exit from the World Series. A whole heap of people joined me in what I said about the West Indies cricket team. I find that the West Indies cricket team is the flagship to our entire fleet within this mindset of mediocrity. For years, after the great era of the West Indies cricket team, our cricket, there are spurts and instances of individual excellence and all of that. Frankly speaking, Mario, you know this, that a clock that is totally broken and it doesn't work,
That's right.
it
Twice.
tells the right time twice every day. Even when the clock is broken and doesn't work, it tells the right time twice every day. And every now and again, West Indies would, hit it, it'll be like, yeah, it's like, no, the system is broken, something is wrong. And they have maintained this stagnation for years. It's just, I am not going to tolerate, because now that you get to know who I am and all of that, I am not going to tolerate mediocrity. I'm not going to subscribe to that. I'm not going to watch it. I'm not going to endorse it. I'm not going to clap it until you show me that you have a drive for excellence. I am not going to. And West Indies cricket team has gotten by with occasional butt up. When I say butt up on a win, and they have gotten by with occasional butt up, but the kind of excellence that I see elsewhere, I'm not seeing there. And therefore, this is the mindset that is pervasive across a lot of us in our schools and relationships. Like I said, businesses and how we do things. We do what we can get by with and what people accept. And I believe that we would be a much better people if we drive ourselves to excellence. And I don't want to overuse myself as an example, but I know me. And I know that going up in my school years, I would drive myself. I made example to the math, how we would do every problem. And that was other things like that too. I made reference to my studies over a long career of education, that I will not miss a class and I will not make an excuse. And it continues today. You don't be ordinary. You don't do what other people are doing and hope somehow you're going to be exceptional and extraordinary. You have to do what they're not doing. You have to be what they're not being. And if they're making excuse, you stop making excuse. And if they offer substandard, you offer excellence, and so on and so forth. And I think if we embrace this kind of mindset, we are on our way towards being a better people.
All right.
I hear that.
All right. So
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Pastor, we're out of time. Look at him. Look at him.
Yes.
Well, I have to applaud Mario. He was the one that asked me if I were to change things about Vinci people and their mindset, what I would change. I gave him the answer right there. I mean, Mario agreed with me, huh? I mean, you agreed with me that.
Yeah, I like it. I can see this being an important building block, pillar, teaching moment that hopefully becomes a fork in the road for some people.
Push to excellence and don't do what average people doing. Mario, I have 5 more if I could change. I have 5 more, obviously not today, but
we're gonna talk about them tomorrow. But all jokes aside, you was an excellent teacher at St. Martin, a brilliant. It was brilliant in St. Martin, man. Big kudos to you.
Boy, I was 17 years old, 18 years old, and teaching people from all over St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
We got to
people. That is why I needed Blue Thunder, because I had guys in the class older than me.
But conflicting.
I'm teaching advanced economics. You have these people from all of these government departments coming up to this 18-year-old boy to teach. Like I said, there was a time when I had stuff out the top drawer. Don't ask me for them thing now, but there was a time I was. But I did it well. But I really did it well, and to it really affirms me when I hear so many people come back and tell me those years that I spent imparting. It was basically economics and some mathematics, but mostly economics, and that what I spent imparting to them, how it set them on a trajectory for really good careers. And I appreciate that. But I was tough. I'll be honest, I was tough. But it helped. Yeah. And that's why they got to be excellent.
There you go.
Big up,
Doc,
bud.
thank you so much for your contribution, my friend. And we shall see you tomorrow, same time, same channel.
Amen. 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 By the grace of God. Amen. Take care.
All righty. And there you go. Putting a bow on it for us, Doc Richards in the house. We have got, oh gosh, I'm in a rush to go
choke the man.
Bert, that was a money pull up, huh? Bert, that was a money pull up. That was a money pull up. We've got Jillian coming up in just a little bit. We've cut into her time by 10 minutes. She's got the mindset happening today as well too. So as we explore what's going on with
mindset of our people.
That's right.
Yeah. All right.
That's Bert. Not you. Let me just forget Bert. I got
Mario in a rush to go choke the man. Mario. hey, what? Don't mix up my partner, boy. Don't become me my partner. That's fall out and falling. Later, guys. All right.
We are the trending station.